What is up, Thumpers? How you doing? Do you like my voice? Do you like my voice? It is definitely cracking right now because I have been out at camp as a cabin leader for about a week now, singing songs way too loudly. But right now I'm here for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We're doing another Oregon Trail RPG. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be lovely. I'm excited because if you didn't know, I do like Oregon Trail.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to get that across. I don't know how effective it goes, but I try. Thank you guys so much for joining. So we have a few tips for today. This is gonna be, we have a few players on here, and we are gonna all be a part of a wagon, a covered wagon.
What?
In a wagon train, and you'll learn more about that in a second. So we do have a few donations for today. The $20 donation is the hashtag trail ration. You or the TM decides at random who gets the TM is me. TM stands for Trail Master. I'm a Trail Master. I'm a professional Oregon Trail player, damn it. So I'm the TM today. Decides at random who gets the ration that gives a player a +1 to one random skill or ability permanently, even one a player doesn't have. Ooh, fun. I like your punches. Solid.
Thank you.
Solid. I like them.
Why are you punching?
Yeah.
Are you a puncher? Is that your job?
I'm getting prepared to get knocked down because I'm gonna get up again. Keep me down.
He's the Arturo Gotti of the Oregon Trail, ladies and gentlemen. For $50, we have the Lift Spirits tier. Player of your choice is inspired to lift spirits around them and has to perform something fun for the group and impress the NPCs. If they succeed, the TM will award up to 3 points of morale. So you gotta go perform, and if I deem it worthy, then you get 3 points of morale, and I will explain the morale scale soon. Don't worry. Is that the camera that's focused on me? I think it is because that's the only one pointing to me. Okay. I'm a professional. Okay. For $75,
Yeah.
you or the TM, you choose, or the TM rolls a d6 to determine which random member of the party suffers from either the measles, snakebite, dysentery, typhoid, cholera, exhaustion, accidental gunshot wound, or trampled by wild oxen. Quite a few.
Did you leave anything off the list, or you think you got it all? You think you got it all?
Tons more. A grip, that's one.
What about the whooping cough?
Whooping, eh?
That
What about syphilis? Huh?
Syphilis was definitely not an Oregon
Pile it
Trail.
on.
What if this was weird? One of us is patient 0 for syphilis on the Oregon Trail. Can we do that? Because I definitely think I might be.
You know
Syphilis is
what?
way older than that.
If I'm feeling crazy, I'll do it.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. That's all I
You're
ask.
still on first.
No
base.
reported
You're
cases.
asking for syphilis.
I am asking for syphilis as I do on a daily
Just
basis.
on the record about that. Sounds good. We're doing character building right now. That's what's going on.
World building. I love this stuff. This is what we're all here for. This is a
building.
hyperactive, interactive, syphilis-driven channel. Only one on Twitch. Check it out.
I forgot to say that catchphrase, which was almost right, minus the syphilis part.
Okay.
All right, for $200, there is an override, and this gets crazy. If you donate $200, you just get to pick whatever happens. I hear it from friend computer and then go, okay, and then I make it happen.
I have a suggestion for possible overrides.
What?
That I brought up before, but let's pretend like this wasn't brought up like 5 minutes ago.
Sure.
Because it's fresh to everyone else.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be on the first version of this program, but then I got the shit, so I couldn't. And
Let's try not to do that again, because that'll kill you here. So.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
We don't have modern
Picture the
medicine.
camera up and I said that. Anyway, and all I was told no, that I couldn't be an anthropomorphic oxen, which is all that I want to be. So I don't know. You could probably override. So turn me into an anthropomorphic oxen.
All
you know,
you need is
like a
200
talking
donuts.
oxen, but like that still has like human personalities and like, goofs and wisdom.
Yeah.
Wow.
And were that to happen,
The wild thornberries meets the Oregon Trail.
I can do a
But also
really
that
okay
one
Tim Curry
Become
impression.
Eliza Thornberry.
Like that weird Bible show where there's like the hawk and like the girl with purple hair.
I do know that
and
weird
an oxen.
Bible show.
Wait, what?
Or it was like a
what
cartoon.
Veggie Tales are you watching?
Wait, what kind of? Hold
The
on.
one with oxen. All right,
It was a
so
buffalo, I think.
for $200 you can pick whatever happens. If you don't know to what extent that can get, watch the final 10 minutes of the last time we did this, because it went absolutely crazy and wonderful and awesome. So that is all for the rules. Let's introduce the characters now, shall we? We'll start with Marcus over there.
Really quick.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick. After this, we've got Vanquished, which is coming up at 9 o'clock. There's some really crazy shit that's gonna go down tonight because we are tying this in canonically to a new issue of Harbinger Renegades, which is a Valiant comic. So it's pretty insane that we have a show on our channel that is canon in a comic book universe. So you should watch that. And we've got a Vanquished fan art contest, and you could potentially be published in a Valiant comic coming up soon.
What?
So we're gonna post that link in chat, learn more about that. How fucking cool would it be to have your
damn.
art in a comic book?
That's pretty cool.
You know how cool that would be? Right when you announced it, the theme to Nauvoo came on.
There you go. See,
So that
Nauvoo
really
is the coolest place. Alright, that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Emily. Emily, everyone. Clap at home on your computers. All right.
Don't break them.
Cool. So let's introduce the characters. Tell us about yourself.
I would.
I
love
feel
to.
like this is the real world Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it's like it's really we're here. We're ready.
Can we get like a confessional booth where it's like, so we're going at a grueling pace and it's just like, come on, you know? It's like, seriously? All right.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here to get to Oregon. Okay.
Oregon Trail. We're gonna do this. Big Brother Oregon Trail. Big Brother Oregon Trail. Jim, let's do this right now. Change the show.
Big brother.
Oh, that's all I want.
GoPro. Big
I'm
brother.
not here to make friends. I'm just here to get to Oregon. Come on, that's
You better tip that hat.
That's-
tip that hat, Jim.
Jim, tip the hat.
I've seen a Big Brother episode or two, or 5, or 400. You know, nobody's counting. Okay.
I subscribe to the live feed.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Fine.
all right.
Marcus, you were saying?
Hello. Hi. My name is Marcus. That's not the character I'm playing, though. Don't think that's the thing. Hello. My name is Sourdough Pancake. I'm a prospector with a literal heart of gold. Those scientists, those doctors put a gold heart inside me. It's beaten with all that 24-karat love that I have for the Oregon Trail and being on it and also cold.
24-karat love.
That's all. Also, I'm drunk.
All right.
Okay.
There's sourdough, 24-karat love pancake.
Hashtag.
Is that your nickname?
Well, I mean, my mama used to call me that. I had this heart for a long time. A long time.
There was one of my campers. Side note, one of my campers that I'm a cabin leader this summer. One of my campers wants to be called Cake, and I was like, why do you want to be called Cake? And he was like, I won 4 cakes in a row at a cakewalk. I was like, yes, you can be called Cake for that.
Wait, that is the appropriate way to accumulate the nickname Cake. There's no other way to do that. Like if someone like Jim, can you just call me Cake? Like off stream, you just call me Cake all the time, please. No, that's the way you do it. Cake
was such a good story.
Cake.
All right,
We're
cool.
proud.
Sally, sorry, I just had to say that.
was beautiful.
No, that's impressive.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Super impressive.
Thank you, Kate. I mean,
They didn't even give them all 4 cakes. They only gave
4
them
different
2.
kinds of cakes.
What if it's one that you didn't even like, and then you have 4 of them?
Feel just like 4 German chocolate cakes. I love German chocolate cakes though, but like
it's the pride in your win that really counts. I think.
donate
And
the
free
cakes to
stuff.
charity. Just donate
free
them.
stuff.
And frosting.
Yeah.
Oh, and frosting. Or have a cake
I
fight.
only like
My
cream
mama
cheese
likes
frosting.
frosting.
My mama likes frosting. She always liked cake. My mama's nickname was Cakes.
My mama.
Sally, would you like to introduce yourself? Because
Hi.
Emily just did the twirly thing with her finger. That means Marcus, stop talking.
Oh, I'm glad I can't see her from where I'm sitting, because I feel like that's gonna happen a lot. That's not even a height thing, because we're like the same height, okay?
Oh.
Oh no! Okay, I am Sally. Hi, and today I am playing Doc Bulldog.
Okay.
Yeah, Doc Bulldog. I am the doctor on this particular wagon. Although I have no actual knowledge of the human body, but somehow my remedies almost always work.
Wait, are you the one who put the golden heart in him?
Cannot
syphilis?
confirm nor deny.
Okay.
That one I can confirm.
Thank you.
Yeah, Doc Bulldog. I have a shady past. The shadiest part of which is, why is my name Doc Bulldog? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out somewhere down the trail.
Ooh,
Sprinkles.
beautiful.
That's all I have to say about that.
All right, Doc
Say about
Bulldog.
that.
That was real good.
Sourdough 24 karat love pancake.
Got it tattooed.
Who
I
else
didn't mean
we
to make Forrest Gump
got?
reference, I promise.
Stomach.
I guess that's me. I'm Connor, and today I am playing Warren Seidel, and you can call me Deuce, though.
Wait.
Deuce.
All right.
Deuce?
As in, when I play cards, deuces are always wild.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I'm a gambler. Well, I'm not a gambler. I'm a card player professionally. Very good at it. I made a living. So I'm going to continue doing that. And
Nice.
yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Professional card player.
Yeah, well, the casino up north burned down, so I'm just going down to Oregon to.
How many of them have you been kicked out of?
Oh no, all of them have burned down.
I'm going to Oregon.
Every single one.
Okay.
I forgot
I
to
hear they
mention
comp your meals there.
they comp a lot of things
My
there.
mama likes some gravel places.
All right, finally.
Hi, I'm Mav. I'm playing Delilah. She's from Canada.
Nice.
She's a hunter. I'm a hunter. And I catch things with my lasso and my revolver.
Cool.
Does your revolver have like a maple leaf on it to like signify that you are indeed from Canada?
Yes.
Yeah, which is where the accent is from.
Yes.
Actually-
my lasso is kind of sticky.
Yeah. Oh, because it's coated in maple syrup. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That sounds very good.
It's a lure for animals. It's not a
Eh?
trap.
Oh, this is good. All right.
Question that judgment, but we'll see. We'll see.
So there is your wagon. I am the Trail Master JSA. Your wagon is actually one of about 48 other wagons. And you have gotten all the way to Fort Walla Walla, which is about 200 miles away from Oregon. You've gotten here safely thus far, but unfortunately some decisions you have made with your wagon, which by the way is the leader of this whole wagon train. They elected you guys as the leaders of this wagon train. You guys led them well enough to not kill anyone, but unfortunately, you have made some really bad decisions with routes. You decided it'd be a good idea to take the Hastings cutoff because you didn't study up on the Donner Party. So you took that, found out that you were headed to California after crossing an 80-mile desert and went, we want to get to Oregon. So then you went all the way back up to Fort Hall.
Biggest U-turn.
Yeah,
ever.
it was pretty bad. It was so bad it deserved an A at the end of that.
Did we get to go to Six Flags though?
You
Did we
you
hit
didn't
Six
even.
Flags?
No, you didn't. You got like 3 miles away
So
from
we were
Six
able to
Flags.
see the Magic
actually
Mountain, but
called
not
Two
participate.
Flags.
Yeah,
because
pretty
It's
much.
called-
Yeah, they hadn't built the other four
You
yet.
had
This
to
is-
ride the wildebeest.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you guys,
Learn something here.
you guys got to Fort Walla Walla. You're hanging out there right now. But here's the thing. Morale is extremely low. People are pissed right now. So even though you're almost to Oregon, even though you're probably gonna get there, if the morale dips to 0 on this morale-o-meter.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no! I feel like we should have had a sound effect like a kid show.
Look at the psychiatrist's office.
Just have Arthur freaking out. You know how when Arthur freaks out, he
Yeah.
goes,
Like when he hears Crazy
remember
Bus
that.
for the 200th time and he's over
When
it.
he hears
So,
the Ozzy Osbourne.
you guys are at a 10 right now, and you have to make it to Oregon, and you also have to get this morale-o-meter up to 20. So, when we were talking earlier about the donations, with one of them being the Lift Spirits donation, that will help fill up the morale-o-meter. Choices that you make on this trail, on the end of this trail, will fill up that morale-o-meter. But you gotta get all of these folks to the Willamette Valley, and they gotta be pumped to be a part of this amazing wagon.
Do we have to get all of them there?
You have to be safe about it.
Like what if one of the wagons burned down or something? Like what? Like I mean, like I'm not saying it's going to
Morale would
happen.
go down.
But like,
Yeah,
what
the
if it
morale
did?
would go.
No.
What would happen if someone got syphilis on the train and didn't tell everyone, but then gave everyone else secretly syphilis?
See,
Well,
see,
damn.
right now your wagon train is going. What are they talking about right now? What are they talking about? Hey, a guy listens in and goes, "What? You're at Fort Walla Walla right now," and you just hear someone go, "I'm about sick and tired of this. When are we getting to Oregon?" And then 4 kids come out of nowhere and goes, "Are we there yet? God, it's November. Said we'd be here in October. It's starting to get cold."
I want to go trick-or-treating. He's gonna pardon the turkey.
I don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving here.
So am I incorrect in assuming that like they were like the guy was leaning up against our tent?
Yeah, so he's talking to you right now.
Okay, but are we inside of the tent?
You're just hanging out on the wagon, talking about what if scenarios.
Okay, I put my hand on his face and try to gently encourage him.
Okay.
You got it, man. You got it, dude. Yeah.
You got it. You have it. We hired you.
Yeah. That was your first mistake.
Not too happy about that. It goes down to 9 as he shakes his head.
I give him a gold piece out of my pocket.
A gold piece, you say?
Out of my dress.
What are you gonna roll for that?
Some dice.
Some dice. What skills are you gonna roll for that?
Is there a gold piece skill?
Let's see.
One of them says donkey power.
I'm gonna give it a commodity
One of them
skill.
just says donkey power.
Oh yeah. Oh,
The
dang,
character's
you're
there.
actually stacked.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, dang, you have an 8.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
An 8 on what? Donkey power?
Yeah.
Donkey power and commodities.
Okay, so I have to.
So you have to
better than
roll an
zero.
8.
Okay, so I have to roll
Donkey
under an 8,
power.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, an 8 or lower.
Yeah.
So this is like
Listen, it's not the amount of
golf
donkey
rules.
power, it's how you use it, right?
Oh no.
What is that? That's too much. That's 11.
So
Unlimited
you
donkey
reach
power.
in your pocket,
You're gonna be lower,
and
right?
there's a hole in your pocket.
Oh no! I know I shouldn't have cut that out.
And this guy is like, where's the gold piece?
And
he's
before
fuming.
he goes any further, I grab a jug of moonshine, I'm assuming, and I put my arm around him. My friend, we're 200 miles away from where we want to be. We've already come more than 1,000 miles. If you do the math there, I know you can do the math. You look like a smart guy.
Okay.
Almost there. Why don't you have a drink, knock off, and just relax? And I'll roll a negotiation or drinking. Let's roll a drinking roll. Let's get this guy
Ooh,
wasted.
heck yeah, I'm into
And
that.
I'll do a
I'm into that.
I'll do a pull with him.
So you have to roll a 9.
I rolled a 7. Or no,
Oh.
I'm sorry, I rolled an 8.
An 8?
Yes.
So you take out this moonshine, and he goes, I do love my moonshine.
Well, it's my moonshine. I'm just sharing it with you.
Well, now it's mine. And he takes a gulp and he goes, yeah! I don't even care if we took the Hastings cutoff. It was scenic.
Can you get like
Nice.
temporary morale boost until like the next morning at least?
What's
Like,
that?
Can you get like temporary morale boost?
Oh, it went up to 11.
Oh shit!
Because he's a pretty
Nice.
influential member, and his kids saw that happen and went, "Yay, Dad's happy." It's not
using
great.
alcohol to fix our problems. I'm learning this, and I'll ingrain it in my personality forever. Yay, Dad! And alcoholism.
What a rich
Guys,
fiction
we're changing
creating.
lives, and that's the important part. You know.
Mama would be proud.
My mama loves
My
moonshine.
mama.
So the kids are happy.
Let the kids have a nip too, you know, just to lift their spirits as well. A little bit of brandy hurt, you know, it never hurt the soul.
I don't recommend this for kids, but you do have a high drinking skill.
Yeah, I can roll again if you want.
So you do have a good chance at making this work. So
Okay.
you want to give them a sip?
Yeah, I mean,
All
they're not
right.
going to be
It
bitching
is
about.
the 1800s. Anything goes.
They're not
Yeah, I
going to
was
be bitching
gonna
about
say.
missing Halloween if they're falling over drunk.
Historical sidebar. Kids started
4.
drinking by then, right?
You got a 4?
kids
You
drink
give
depending on-
him just the tiniest, and you measure it out real carefully.
If you want to be on the Oregon Trail, you got to be tough. This will make you tough.
Yeah, so you real careful measure this out, give them the perfect amount. Their dad, weirdly enough, is like, yeah, that's fine, I trust you. And then they all get a sip too. And so they're totally in. They're like, yeah, this is great. That's fine. We're gonna get there eventually.
Exactly.
So morale is now at 11, and people are pretty pumped about this. Even though you didn't even take the Umatilla shortcut, you took the road to Fort Walla Walla,
Well,
which you maybe shouldn't have done. But now they're like, I love Fort Walla Walla. This is great.
Yeah.
as long as we're doing as long as we're feeling like a little bit better, let's go.
Let's get this party started.
Alright, dude.
Hashtag drilled in for Sally. She needs all the help she can get to become an anthropomorphic ox.
So wait, what was that?
Trail.
Trail ration.
That was a trail
I
ration.
can't understand friend computer's accent.
Frank Computer's,
Okay.
Frank Computer's got that nice like Southern Canadian
So
accent.
we're gonna
that
give you a random who gets the. That gives a player +1 to 1 random skill or ability permanently.
Whoa.
So Doc Bulldog,
Can I have,
Your,
can we get a pen and a
Oh yeah,
pencil?
can we get writing
Two?
implements?
We were told that we didn't need pencils. Emily. I'm kidding. I love you, Emily. I'm so sorry. You're the best. I love you. I'm
If
sorry.
I don't
Please
have a writing implement, how am I supposed to stab the people who
So
cheat
it's
me
me.
at cards?
Do you want to use my
Here you go.
lasso?
So all of a sudden, this guy who's fairly drunk right now off of this moonshine goes, you know what? Doc Bulldog, I've heard a lot about you, and I think you could use some laudanum.
Oh,
So
shit.
Oh.
just gets
a cure for
weird
everything,
little
right?
swig of laudanum. Laudanum, by the way, a cure-all. It can cure anything.
Always works.
It
cure
can
syphilis?
boost anything.
I'm asking for a friend.
What's that?
Can it cure syphilis? I'm asking for a friend.
It
I'm that
totally
friend.
can. It totally can. But in this case, it can also give you a boost in your science skills.
All right.
So you drink this laudanum, and all of a sudden, you just feel
it's the brain
yourself
boosting, not eating kind.
gain more knowledge about the wildlife on the trail.
All right.
You feel yourself become closer to the oxen around you.
So can I test out her new power
a
real
little bit
quick?
better at communicating.
Yes, you
maybe?
can.
I point at this nearby snake. What's that?
It's a stick.
Wow! Consarn it!
I rolled to make sure it was really a stick.
Yes, absolutely. I need you to
With my
roll your
newfound
reasoning
science.
plus your science to make sure that indeed that snake is indeed a snake.
I think the most
It might just be a rope.
the most unbelievable thing
Can
about
I
this
shoot
game where I have a
with my-
golden heart is that
with my
like
revolver. Can I shoot
I got
it?
9
Let's
exactly.
identify it and then I will let.
Let's
Okay.
start building to the first hashtag drill tragedy. I'm hoping Connor gets dysentery.
why? Oh no! Why do they
Probably
like us
for giving
to
kids
lead?
alcohol. I don't know.
That is how you get dysentery. Actually,
It works.
That's
It works
You
though.
don't. You see now in the future, you get ticket for providing minors with alcohol.
Yeah.
Back then, they just gave you dysentery. They cut out the middleman and just went right to the point.
I like this is historically correct. This is the first ever historically correct game of Oregon Trail ever played, guys. Please take note. History.
All right, so
I have a question actually.
yes.
So because it was like, it adds +1, but for the way that this game works, the lower the number, the better. Does that mean that my science goes from 4 to 5 or from 4 to 3?
4 to 5. And
Okay,
then
well in
you
that
want to
case
get.
it wasn't a snake then, I don't think, because I got 7.
So you got.
Or no, I got 9, and I should.
You got 9, so you got exactly it then.
Oh, okay, so it was
You
a
got
snake.
so you turn and you go, that's a snake.
That's a
and
snake,
then the
alright.
snake hisses back at you, and you almost feel it's weird, but you almost feel like, did that snake just say yes, I'm a snake back
Oh,
to
so I
me?
speak Parsons
You don't
now.
say it, yeah. You don't say anyone to anyone else, but you're just like, that was weird. I swear that snake just right back to me went, yeah, I'm a snake.
All right.
Duh. All right.
I shoot the snake.
You want to shoot the snake?
My revolver. I'm going
I
on. I found a snake.
And so I
So
can hear the
Delilah-
snake saying, "No, my family."
Oh God!
But it's too late
it's a gift
because
of the curse.
Delilah has whipped out her maple leaf adorned revolver.
Nice.
$1 says she misses.
And
$1 says she misses.
Yeah.
put some,
You take that action?
put some
Yeah.
maple syrup in it, which is the Canadians' version of gunpowder.
Yeah, it dries,
I don't
gets
know
really
how
hard,
It
yeah.
works, but
It's crusty. They don't laugh.
there you go.
Hashtag it gets crusty. It's what's happening.
See,
now.
I didn't know how it worked, but you know who does? Delilah does.
Yeah, you gotta talk. You go to the source.
She's
You
a
gotta go to the source.
So roll, yeah?
Yes.
It's 7.
You roll a 7 and you have a So you
2, right? Yeah.
you whip out you whip out
Shoot
this
the kids.
Canadian leaf revolver and you try to shoot the snake, but a bunch of maple syrup just kind of sputters out, and everyone
What was that
looks
sound
at you and goes, what? Why? What? They don't get how Canadians hunt. You know that it usually works, but you look like a huge moron right now.
And
I got my
Mr.
last
Pancake over here owes me $1.
Okay, he never agreed to that.
No, I actually said $1 that she misses, so we owe each other $1. Fair exchange. And
I don't think you understand how
I
betting
throw
works.
a solid gold dollar at him.
Action that she would miss. You took the action. She missed. I win.
I took
You
the
owe me
action that she would
$1.
miss, though.
I'm just glad
No,
that my
you take
snake
the
buddy
action.
is
You're
fine.
taking it against what I'm betting. I'm betting she's gonna miss. She missed. You owe me $1, sir. I don't like Welchers
wanna
much.
lie?
I hope your caravan doesn't burn down.
Do you want to light him on fire?
What? No.
I grab all the maple syrup that came from the gun and put it in my hair and just look at him in the eyes.
I'm gonna remember that.
Do you have
I
to roll?
won't.
That's
Like,
flammable.
do you have to roll athletics for that?
Here's some more towards that hashtag Trail Tragedy. If not dysentery, then maybe Deuce can catch them. They're smallpox.
They just want to kill you. What's going
Very
on?
small box.
Very
I
small.
just like that friend computer can't do a Western accent period. Then he can catch them their smallpox.
Them, they're smallpox.
Okay, I definitely heard some very small
Friend
talk. That's what I
computer,
heard.
we love you for trying.
Friend computer is actually voiced by Gwyneth Paltrow.
them-
Wait, Doc Bulldog, are there different versions of smallpox that are both large and very smallpox?
Yes. fair.
Small, medium, and large
You got
pox.
your big smallpox. You got your small smallpox. You got your small pox.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Those are only in Canada,
General.
though. They're only in Canada. Native.
Hey, let's take off on that trail
Warren
now.
Seidel,
Take off my
all of a
hat.
sudden, all this is happening, and Warren Seidel gets kind of a cough. Nothing's apparent, but he's like, dude, I feel kind of sick. Like, I feel a little sniffly. Like, I might be getting dysentery, or possibly thar smallpox. I don't know which, but I hope it doesn't come to that right now.
I'm gonna
As
put
do I.
my hand on Warren's forehead and then say, and walk away.
Doc, is he gonna die? Is he gonna die? We're gonna lose him?
Well,
I'd prefer not to die.
I'd let it. I think we can let it wait for a bit.
All right.
I wouldn't take that
might
bet.
die.
I'd like to get treated.
Well, you know what?
You're gonna die.
Are you a doctor?
No, but I.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I did
So we're gonna let
masquerade
that
as,
one wait
as
for a bit.
a salesman of elixirs and tonics in Colorado one time.
We have a finite
Wait, who
supply,
was?
though.
Well, there was a time. It's all right. The wagon I was selling it out of,
It's not hard.
Didn't Colorado burn down?
It's not horrible.
Yeah, a little bit.
You sold
that was
elixirs and
Atlanta.
tonics.
Oh.
No. I didn't sell elixirs and tonics. A friend of mine named Baron Slago. He sold
Okay,
elixirs. and
good. I'm
tonics.
glad it wasn't you because that would be incredibly dishonest.
Oh yeah, no, that would be terrible.
Taking pioneers' money and not letting them buy actual drugs that worked, like laudanum.
My professional medical opinion is that we can let this one wait for a bit.
Okay,
though.
sounds
we
good.
We should
Right.
start on the road.
Sounds good.
A cough is pretty common.
And you know what's
Around
crazy,
these sort of
guys?
parts.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy?
What?
Is that this whole wagon train saw Delilah try to fire at this snake and gasped kind of until they saw maple syrup spurt out of her gun. Then they all laughed a hearty +1 to morale.
Wow. Woo!
We're at 12 now. We're at 12.
As the entire wagon train doubles over with laughter, they lose a little bit of respect for you.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they're so inspired by incompetence, but all right.
Don't question
I won't.
the
They like the
Canadians'
maple
way
syrup.
to shoot a
Dude,
gun.
I like it too. It's good hair gel.
It's
It's
effective.
magical.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
We love our northern brethren here,
Effective.
and we respect them.
Effective.
One day they might have a leader of their land with gentle brown waves and soft eyes and goofy socks that match whatever country he's visiting.
All right.
Anyway.
I think we should move on while everyone's still good and drunk.
That was so
No,
bad.
I think we should really let's get
We
on
should
the road
drunk and
now.
drive.
Let's get on the road.
Everyone, let's go.
Drink
Drunk and
get
drive.
on
I
the
mean,
road.
the oxen
Yeah.
aren't drunk,
Yeah.
are they?
Well,
All right, so
On the way.
you hop onto your wagons and you start drinking and driving. You're like, it's probably fine.
We're fine.
We're only going like 8 miles an
Who's
hour.
who's the actual giddy upper?
Stagecoach driver.
I would imagine.
His name is Steve.
It's
That would be
Carlos.
you.
Oh, do I actually
So-
have any skills that would be?
Drinking.
Let's see.
I have finesse. I have a lot of finesse. I roll.
All right, I'm gonna
finesse.
do finesse. Ooh, with a 1 on fitness. Okay. So you guys make a weird decision.
I have good awareness,
at night.
so I'll know when I'm about to crash. I won't be able to avoid it, but I'll know.
Yeah.
Well, your awareness is drinking and gambling, but you said finesse.
No, but I mean, no, I'm saying I have finesse in general, but I'm saying I have a high level of awareness, so I will recognize when we are about to crash.
You're gonna do drinking and awareness then.
Well, yeah, I mean, I
You're
can
gonna
do
use
both.
your drinking skills. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Can I do 2 rolls? Can I
mean,
do
he
a
is-
roll for drinking
he is
while
drunk.
driving and then do a fitness
very
/
drunk.
finesse
If
roll
you get
while
a
driving?
9 or under, this is gonna go okay.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a drinking roll because
You are
the
there.
long stretches of trail are not very kind unless accompanied by a warm cup.
Could be one
7.
cup of like
You
coffee.
get a 7. Okay, so luckily,
maple syrup.
this is not
Come on, let's go in there.
advised.
Pour some maple
This
syrup
is
in there.
not advised, but luckily, no one usually travels at night, and you're not going very fast with your 6 oxen. And very luckily, you kind of swivel your way until morning, and you guys all kind of conk out.
Yeah.
How much mileage have we made?
You've made a good amount for a night. You're getting closer. You're getting closer to the Dalles right now.
So how far outside of Walla Walla would you say?
I would say probably about 10 miles, maybe. Let's say.
So we're still in Eastern Washington.
Okay. Well, it's just,
No, yeah, okay.
we just showed you Eastern
It's
Washington.
not Washington yet, it's the Oregon Territory.
Okay. But I have a heart of actual gold, though, so.
Okay. What do you want to use it for?
Loving.
Lovin'?
Yeah.
Explain more.
Well, I imagine while we're in the wagon, I just feel like I should warn everyone I'm a sleep dancer. So I dance a lot when I sleep, so you might get kicked. Want to warn you about that. I can't control it. It's the golden heart pumping all those golden oldies through my veins.
I'm gonna have Delilah just tie you up. How about that?
Oh, wait. I like that.
Delilah, you are going to roll.
Yeah, can you restrain him, please?
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a 4.
She is an expert with knots.
So he didn't kick once.
Wait, which ones are you using?
Though. That's the.
Survival, maybe?
Can I use my donkey power?
Survival.
wait.
Yeah, survival.
It's survival.
Survival, right? Like knots and shit, right?
We're trying to protect ourselves from the dancing.
Yeah, okay.
We all know how dangerous dancing can
I
be.
didn't know if I was going to give you that one, and then you said that line, and I went, yeah, all right. Protect everyone from the dancing.
The dancing man looking for love in his dream.
You know what? Delilah's kind of saving your asses right now with their syrupy gunpowder.
Her affinity for knots.
All right, so you rolled, let's see, a survival plus a reasoning. So what did you roll?
4.
You rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am accurate.
So
Hey. Hey.
you conk out in the morning, and all of a sudden, everyone wakes up, kind of half wakes up to a start, as they see sourdough pancake start dancing. I don't even know what moves he's like doing.
do you
The
wanna hear what I'm
fizzle dance
visualizing right
or
now?
something. The
So what
fizzle
I'm
dance
visualizing is-
has.
Well, he is also tied up, so it's going to be interesting.
So like the boss fight in Majora's Mask, like the one where he like spins around, like that's what I'm picturing.
Let's do it. You know what? I was envisioning the fizzle dance, but let's go with that.
Yeah, I like that.
So you're spinning around like the boss in Majora's
Like the third
Mask,
stage.
which I have played all of 5 minutes of, and then got too stressed because there was a time limit, and I don't do well with time limits. You start dancing like the boss on Majora's Mask, and all of a sudden, Delilah whips out of bed and ropes you up and lays you back down, and no one notices anything.
And I tie your hands and your feet together. And I always want to brand you.
And says, and now I lay you down to sleep.
Just like Mama used to say. And do. She always tied me to bed, so that was weird. Woo, I'm sleeping though. Mama's still talking.
And you all wake up hours later to a little girl.
Oh.
A little girl just kind of walks over and goes, has anyone seen my cat? I lost my cat. Has anyone seen her?
Well, I reckon she was eaten by an eagle. There's a lot of eagles around.
You see the girl, tears start welling up.
Well, hey now. I
you
think
give us
I
a
might have caught her.
Can you give us a
ate her.
description of the cat?
Yeah, I can give you a description of the cat.
Yeah.
Her name was Molly. She was white and had orange stripes, just like a creamsicle.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, honey. There's a very low chance that an orange tabby would be female. They are almost always male, so I feel like you probably have that one wrong, but...
We need to finish that hashtag Thrill Tragedy for Talent I mean Warren.
They just want you to die.
All right.
Yeah, it's
So,
a thing.
all of a sudden, as this little girl is lamenting about her lost cat, Molly,
Yeah, and Doc Bulldog's giving a biology lesson.
which
I mean,
really
she's not
enjoy.
wrong.
No.
Hey.
All of a sudden, Warren just out of nowhere diarrhea, and he goes, "Oh!"
You were actually sick.
And he goes,
No!
Doctor!
No, I'm
Doc!
fine. I'm
Just-
fine. I just need to walk away and find a body of water quickly.
And he
For no
walks-
reason in particular, for reasons only for myself to know, and for everybody else to stay here and not follow me.
You smell so bad.
Oh, that's definitely not me. That's him working up a sweat in the middle of the night while that dancing.
Is that the syphilis thing?
I know.
awkwardly walks away as he's just more diarrhea coming out, and someone from across the way goes, "Is that dysentery?" I smell dysentery.
You can't smell dysentery.
So,
Doc,
as you're walking away, because I do want to. Okay, so Trey, wait, let's see. Wait. One ability at random is reduced.
Dysentery comes.
So is that yeah? So all of a sudden, as you're walking away, you go, "I'm never gonna drink moonshine again." No! And your drinking goes from 5 to 3 now. So you got so scared by this sudden bout of dysentery that you're now going, I'll limit it to like 4 drinks a day now.
Am I still tied up?
I'm gonna.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take.
That's my only question.
I'm gonna take a quick peek over, like mid cat-splaining, and I see what happens, but I realize
the little girl goes, "Are you cat-splaining?"
I'm gonna take a quick peek over at what just occurred, and thankfully I'm a doctor, so
you are a
strong
doctor.
stomach on that. And I'm just gonna be like, well, dysentery, of course, comes with many more symptoms over a longer period of time than just diarrhea. I'm gonna go ahead and, let Warren walk away with his tail between his legs, amongst other things, maybe, hopefully wash off a bit and be like, I'll talk to him later, but diarrhea is very common on the Oregon Trail, so that might be an isolated incident. I'm not going to waste any supplies just yet, and I'm going to let him. Cool/hose down, and so little girl, cats.
Cats.
So, what did you say? You said the cat's name was Molly. Molly.
She was very rare. She's one of the only female tabby cats in this our area.
Look, we're busy, we're behind schedule, but I've got this thing with animals.
I know we're behind schedule. I'm in your wagon train.
I've got this thing with animals. I think that maybe if I shout real loud, maybe I'm like animals and I kind of have this thing. Maybe I'll be able to find Molly for you.
Okay.
Is that?
It's worth a try.
Do you feel maybe a little bit better already? Like maybe like 1 morale point better already for just...
You better make with the shouting before I answer that question. I don't know why you're numerically assessing this situation. This isn't about numbers. This is about feelings. Woo.
I'm still in the tent. I'm just going for it. I'm at a low down in my dreams.
Okay, so I'm gonna climb to the highest vantage point.
Okay.
To the top of our wagon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shout, Molly.
All right. So wait, what skills are you using? What skill are you
And then I'm gonna
use?
meow like a kitty cat. So I'm gonna use
literacy.
I'm gonna use science because you said that.
Yeah,
That's my animal, so it's
absolutely.
gonna be silent.
So you're gonna start meowing.
Science and awareness, intuition.
Hashtag override. Suddenly everyone feels a shaking in the ground and can hear a massively loud rumbling noise as if a storm and an earthquake were happening all at once.
It's a geostorm.
Oh,
Suddenly over a hill comes the largest cat stampede in trail history.
Cat stampede?
The tabby's coming back!
Hell yeah! Woo!
All of a sudden, as Sally is up meowing, all of a sudden a stampede of female tabby cats that you can tell are female. You look off and you go, no way. That's like literally thousands of female tabby cats. That doesn't happen.
Is it like the stampede in Lion King, or is it like a good kind of like an adorable?
Oh, it's not a good kind.
It's a $200 kind.
This is a bunch of furious tabby cats. All of a sudden, this little girl goes,
furious.
Why did you do a meow like that? I can't recognize mine in this herd. I want Molly.
Does this mean I can officially talk to animals?
This stampede of tabby cats cat is coming right towards you. All of a sudden, as you feel this tremor in the earth, a sudden thunderstorm comes at the same exact time, but it's not raining rain, it's raining prairie dogs.
Okay.
There are tabby cats and prairie dogs mixing around. Dogs and cats. This is not good. Mayhem ensues.
I have an idea. Can I eat my way out of my bindings and then...
All right, let's do an eat your way out of your bindings.
Yeah, I'm actually really hungry anyway, and I have maple syrup in my hair, so it's probably like maple bindings.
I like this idea. Is that a stampede sound?
It's a stampede of kitty cats.
Oh my
Do I hear a
gosh.
stampede of kitty cats? I gotta get myself out of here.
All right, so all of a sudden, sourdough pancake with his, let's see, what skills are you using for this one?
Probably... oh god, probably reasoning and
reasoning.
I'm gonna reasonably eat through this rope.
logical deduction and mental. I feel like I can be smart enough to get away out of this without having to eat the whole thing. So I'm sated, like I ate enough. Like I'm not all the way there, you know?
What if I have a better idea?
Okay, someone cut me out, and then I have an idea.
What if, I mean, as like the dog, and I'm obviously the first one seeing all this happen, I've got like a supply of stuff, including catnip. Do you think that, like, you could maybe like lasso one of my catnip plants and try to like toss in the other direction to change the wind?
We
of
toss
the
it off the
stampede?
cliff. Is there a cliff?
No, but I don't want them to die.
That's
They
what
can fly.
my plan saves them.
Okay.
My plan will save them.
Okay, I do want to make your roll a thing
I
right
feel like
now.
it's a horrible
The
idea. You
power
didn't
of
check it.
positive
Okay.
thought.
Yes,
I'm not going to let you eat out of the rope, but I am going to let you, with your power of positive thinking, maybe somehow improve this situation, because there is a bunch of people going, why are we still only 200 miles away from the Dells? This wouldn't have happened, this cat stampede, if we would have gotten there before Halloween. We would have been trick-or-treating in the Willamette Valley.
Yeah, but if these kids don't complain so much about everything, like losing the...
Don't test me right now. We paid you. There's a bunch of cats running around with prairie dogs.
You guys got paid?
So roll your...
I have an idea. Real quick.
Yeah,
Drop this
yeah.
on you real quick. Can I use my reasoning with my animal skill handling, which is 5? I know it says mule, but I'm thinking, what are prairie dogs but the mules of the prairie? So why don't I try to wrangle them to fall from the sky and untie me, because I can reason with them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to give you that one.
Nay, donkey power. Okay, so that's a 9. It's a 5.
Nice. So, a few prairie dogs that are coming down from this prairie dog thunderstorm
Help me, Angel.
somehow miss the cat. They don't see the cats. They see you though, and they're inspired by your Majora's Mask-like dance moves that they had seen as they were collecting in the clouds. As they were going to be a part of the water cycle, they were like, oh, that guy has cool dance moves. And as they rained down, they came over to you and they bit off all of your ropes and untied you from your ropey situation.
Thank you,
I don't know
brothers.
why I said
Oh, nice
ropey
one,
like
Jim.
that.
Ropey.
Can I feed them with the nectar of the maple leaves that are coursing through my hair?
Yes, you can, and I'm not even gonna make you roll for that one
what
because
is
it was
This is
such a
the
good
prairie dogs,
idea.
not the cats.
They,
The prairie dogs.
okay, so you have 4 prairie dogs right now that are like basically kind of attached to you now. So you do have that power.
I'm the mother of prairie dogs.
What do you say to, you say per dog is to make them...
Who tied me up?
Me!
Hi.
Ah!
Say hi to
so what
Henry,
about that kind of
Cavill,
idea?
and Ben and Affleck. My favorite of all the prairie dogs.
And they shake their heads like, yeah, these are fine names.
Yeah, I'll put them on
Whatever.
my head
They
now.
fed me. He fed me syrup out of his hair.
Yeah,
Maple syrup.
maple syrup.
Maple.
Hey.
And I do a dance. That's all. I'm just gonna keep dancing.
Nice.
I'm just hosing
And you know
dysentery
what?
off me still.
People see you dancing in your Majora's Mask style,
It's just like
and they go, you know, The Nintendo 64 hasn't been invented yet, but this is awesome. And you raise, even though you're in the middle of this predicament, people see you as like a beacon of hope, almost. They see your dance moves and they go, you know what? We're gonna get there eventually. This is kind of a shit show right now.
Actually,
we're
shit
gonna
show's
make it.
over here.
Make a religion out of this.
I said the shit show's over here in the lake. Washing off.
Yeah, how did you not see the cats?
Warning.
I'm in the lake washing
You
the shit
say
off.
that during the cat stampede that sourdough pancake has a paw. Sidic thought. Also, Delilah finds a hashtag trailed in the dust after the stampede.
All right, so wait, let's go over. So what was the first donation?
It was a pun about.
It was about paw.
It was a
positive. Okay.
I like it. So wait, was that? But I'm not sure exactly what.
I think it was a trail ration for Delilah.
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna do
I
it.
think
just like a
Delilah
pun
gets a
term.
trail ration. I'm sorry, but was
I think you were
yours-
just punning
It
on
was
me.
just a pun.
I
Yeah.
love it, but
What?
you know what? I like that pun, so you know what I'm gonna do?
No, I don't.
For that pun?
What?
I'm going to, let's see, let's give you, I'm gonna give you +1 in animal handling
Yeah.
for your paw.
Can I show you what I look like? This is before I didn't get the prairie dogs in there. That's me. In case you're
That's
wondering.
beautiful.
That's me.
You look lovely.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a dress. I've been wearing a dress the whole time. No one
it's
just
a
asked me
new
about it though.
Correct quote from earlier.
Yeah. Have a dip.
Have a nip.
Yo.
Is that your catchphrase now?
Have a dip.
Have a nip.
Do we
So
want to have a
you-
nip at fixing this cat stampede situation?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll
I was gonna run a trail after it cleared.
That's the thing that you say right before they cut to commercial break to keep the kids wondering.
Like Mark Harmon,
they
like
gonna
putting his
have a
glasses on and
nip?
walking.
And I say that as I'm, waist deep washing myself and like, hey, want to take a nip at solving the cat problem? Maybe? Just thought.
But you're using like river
Are you using
water for
prairie
this?
Are you
dogs?
using
Uh-oh.
Because
What do you have to say about that,
Yeah, I'm
Sally?
using the water
Is
that I could
good?
find.
Literally
because
the-
medication was withheld from me by the medical professional on this caravan.
I mean, I did tell you were gonna die.
The worst cure
Well,
for
first of all, fuck you, madam. Second of all, help me.
Hey, don't be leading my maple syrup princess.
Hey,
First of all, I'm kind of distracted because there's a stampede of
Maple
very,
syrup
very rare
princess.
female orange tabbies running at our caravan right now. And also, oh my god, it's common knowledge, the worst possible way to treat or deal with diarrhea of any kind caused by anything, definitely like river, creek, like not fresh water. So that's like actually like the cause of like unclean water, like cause of
Doesn't that
all,
make you
or like the
all
majority of diarrhea, basically.
nasty too?
Okay, so
To this day.
You have the catnip, right? He's fine.
Yeah. So the catnip, I have some cat grass plants,
Catnip.
and so if she can lasso those up, throw them in like a different direction, maybe we can change the course. So I grab those as fast as I can.
okay, so you're gonna try to change the course of this
Stampede.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So
Delilah's lassoing.
you tie some catnip to a rope.
I think she should do the roping.
Okay.
I'm gonna do roping.
I simply provide the nip.
All right. Do you?
It
Let's
sticks
see.
to my maple ropes.
I don't think you have a roping skill though.
It's a survival.
But if she has a lasso,
Yeah, she rode me pretty good to that bed. I had to get my prairie dogs to come from the sky and help me.
she can lasso. You can tie like a
I
knot.
was on target. I am the princess.
Yeah, she's the Princess
Hey.
Maple Queen.
Maple Queen.
Princess Maple Queen is what I call
I
her.
keep getting a raise.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be a flat athletics check, right?
All right. Let's see. Athletics.
She's got fitness and athletics. I
I'm
mean, that's
extremely fit.
yeah. You are extremely fit.
All right. You know what?
1-2 step.
Don't be creepy, Warren.
You know
I'm
what?
saying no. I'm looking at your sheet. I'm not. I'm just.
I don't know. He's saying things. He's running things out of his behind and things.
I'm delirious from dehydration. All right.
Get out of his
From the
man.
creek that he's shitting in,
Got a
he
real potty
says
mouth.
just kind of an offhanded comment to Delilah, and everyone's like, huh. But you keep going with your.
Can we get like a record scratch or like a
There's a and then you go, what?
Nothing. I'm alright.
And then it cuts instantly to the stampede, so it's like kind of a comedic moment.
It's like Baz Luhrmann. This is Baz Luhrmann's Oregon Trail. What the fuck is going on?
that was pretty Wes
I mean,
Anderson.
Prairie Dogs raining from the sky is pretty extravagant and over budget.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Pretty Wes Anderson, yeah.
All right, so what did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
A 7. Nice. So you start whipping your lasso around, which is, as you're whipping it
With the
around,
catnip, right?
someone in the wagon train goes, does she actually?
It's a Beyonce whip.
Someone
I whip it and they.
Someone from the wagon train goes,
No.
does she actually have roping skills? But before that comment can even be finished, someone else goes, no, but she has athletic skills. And then the rope keeps whipping around and the catnip flings out over to another part away from this stampede, but towards where you're shitting. And the stampede diverts that way.
Trail tragedy may come
Is this
sooner.
because of the
Sooner
fitness
than
comment?
Yes, it might be.
He's over there.
You're a little salty from that comment, but your athleticism is so good that you totally know you're doing this shit. You know.
I totally.
And you kind of can't. You turn to the camera. If there was a camera on the actual trail, you go, I don't know.
I don't know.
The LeBron James of catnip rodeo or whatever the hell this is.
So, and the cat stampede
Did I do that?
starts going over.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Towards, is it Warner?
Sorry.
Warren.
And, it's Warren?
It's deuces.
It's Horrender.
Or it's Deuce. A lot of Deuce right now.
And so Deuce,
Is it your name,
Deuce, who's taking a deuce, is in a real deucey situation.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Where are they?
If I close my eyes, they can't hurt me, right?
That's what you think.
Am I wrong in that?
This little girl who lost her cat, Molly, goes, yeah, no, that's closing your eyes isn't gonna work in this situation.
That's not
She's kind of a sassy little kid.
Dear Lord, yeah, that kid's annoying.
She's kind of a sassy little kid, and Doc immediately looks at her going, yeah, that's not gonna work, and goes, I like you.
I really hope none of those kitties have toxoplasmosis gondii, because that certainly wouldn't help the upcoming trail tragedy.
So, what are you
It's
gonna
the cat
do?
poop parasite.
These cats are now
Also mind control.
moving towards you.
Control.
And prairie. No, the prairie dogs aren't. The prairie dogs.
I was about to say.
You want mind control?
I was about to say you can't possibly reason with these creatures, but we've already had 2 separate instances where we've reasoned with these creatures. So
Can't burn those cats down.
Can't bring him down.
I'm gonna make a Western lore skill check, which I have 2 points in on top of my reasoning of 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make a skill check because, of course, if I am knowledgeable, I know about these tabby stampedes and the best way to survive them.
Heck yes.
So
what are you rolling for?
Pull your pants
we're gonna
up
find
and
out when I successfully do this
Okay,
roll.
nice.
A 4 exactly.
Beautiful.
So
wow, you are squeaking by a few of you. This is great.
I'm a gambler. I like to take risks.
Heck yeah!
So
like it on
I
fire?
dig back into my lore, into my many dealings with people along the prairie when I'm sitting around a card table shooting the shit, as it were. Well, actually, a little bit too much right now, but anyway, shooting the cud,
Shooting a lot of shit.
yeah, with people, and I heard from one fur trapper one time that it said he saw a tabby stampede, and he said that the best thing you could possibly do is dive deep into the water and play dead.
That's where the
Because they don't like water.
That's the doo-doo water. That's the doo-doo.
So I'm gonna dive deep into the water and just play dead.
All right,
Do you have an open source?
It's butt.
Is the reason we refer to it as taking a deuce now because deuce dies from an epic case of dysentery that goes down in history. This is what happens when you nickname your character. Deuce, but here's a hashtag frozen for you deuce. Hashtag preordained, hashtag brown streaks.
I guess that's
What did you do on the last episode of DFA?
It's been like just 2 seasons of fucking with them. And now they can more directly affect me because I don't have like all my character skills to protect me, so.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So
is taking a deuce, you know, I always thought that taking a deuce meant going number 2, but it actually comes from this exact moment in history,
Again,
which has been documented in a journal. We didn't improvise this, guys. We're actually reading strictly from a journal.
As Marcus said, this is the most accurate representation of Oregon Trail travel ever.
Beautiful.
So.
Zero, like literally the book even says underline 0 goofs.
Yeah,
It's
no,
real.
this is based on a real story.
Yeah.
Are you writing it down?
In my medical journal.
We got all the notes here.
You're writing it down in your medical journal.
Yeah.
And you know what?
It's an important moment.
This is one of the most when Oregon Trail historians think, oh, I want to learn extensive medical knowledge, they look no further than Doc Bulldog's extremely detailed notes on medical situations that occur.
And nicknames for the side effects.
And nicknames for the side
Like
effects.
Deuce.
So you first you get a trail ration.
Okay.
Which adds a +1, and I was gonna have you roll to see if you do indeed sink down and see if this. Wait, what was your answer?
I'm gonna dive deeper into the water, hopefully away from the sick.
From this cat stampede.
And from the cats, yes.
And from his own tank.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a +1 investigation skill.
Okay.
You're gonna investigate those murky depths.
For a good place to lie low.
To lie low.
Okay, and what kind of roll would this be at the high level?
This
like
is an awareness and a fitness skill.
Okay.
Ooh, which is only 1. Let's see if this happens.
So put them two together. So
not very
5
fit,
is my
are you?
threshold.
You actually no, because I added a +1. It's a
Investigation,
6.
so 6.
How would you know I'm so fit if you're not fit?
I'm an admirer of fitness.
Before you roll, you say, I'm an admirer of fitness, and Delilah goes, ooh.
and then I roll a 10 and attempt to plunge beneath the surface of the water.
And as you attempt, you realize bodies float. This is not happening. And so you're just basically doing a dead man's float on top of the water as Delilah's going, what the fuck is this?
Face down.
And cats are running over you and kind of scratching you a little bit. They don't have their claws full.
Does he have like a face full of doo-doo? Because it's all on the
No,
water.
I specifically picked a spot where I had not been.
This can't be
Shit.
good for
You did. I will
But
give you
didn't you
that.
roll
though.
terribly?
Well, I
A
mean-
real bad roll. Aren't you a little bit of doo-doo?
There's gonna be a little bit.
There's like a little bit of doo-doo water lining.
Like a
You floated back to the top, and then doo-doo's floating.
like a significant, like a
Do you think the cats are the cats
Their
covering his doo-doo?
observations, just like a prophecy, start coming true as they're saying this. Because they're saying it almost, doo-doo starts floating from areas that it was at to an area where you are now at, and you look up and you go, "Why are you guys saying this shit? Literally, why are you saying this shit? Floating towards me."
We're gonna need a
Oh,
burger.
can I help?
You can help.
Okay, I walk over to the little girl and I say, what was the name of your cat, sweetheart?
Molly.
Okay, and then I talk to my friends, my prairie dog friends, Henry, Ben, Cavill, and Affleck, and I ask them to go see if they can find Molly with their superior athleticism.
Oh my goodness.
I can tell that they have superior athleticism because I am
He's
an admirer of
He's an
fitness.
admirer of fitness. Yeah.
As you say that, the prairie dogs look at you and go, ooh. and Sally hears them go, this guy's kind of creepy. And they run off. Now do your prairie dog roll.
Okay. 8.
You got an 8 and wait.
10. It's 10.
Okay, nice. So the prairie dogs immediately go and they find this one cat out of nowhere and start running back, and this girl lights up. She goes, "That's Molly! Oh my gosh! I know! Because she has a branded M on her to signify Molly!" And you go, "That's weird that you branded your cat."
Yeah.
But okay. Molly seems very happy to see her owner. Her owner's very happy.
Abusive relationship.
What's that?
Don't brand cats, everyone.
Don't brand cats.
And don't give alcohol to minors.
And don't give alcohol.
And don't
do
put your
a
face
lot
in
of
floaty shit.
Yeah, well,
Do.
we're seeing how that's going to play out. We don't know
But
yet.
it's okay to admire
We're gonna roll for that.
But it's okay to admire fitness.
Is it possible at all to get my little prairie dog some kind of like little medals for being heroes of valor?
Hell yes. Hell yes. I want you to do a. Let's see. Let's do a commodities roll.
Okay.
Hey, while you're rolling, I just realized we all forgot to make some kind of like prairie dogging joke about the prairie dogs.
So I feel like you should
and the
then.
shit
You should.
situation. Well,
Do
do
it.
you have any?
No, I have nothing else on my head.
No.
Morning. If Deuce is face down in the river, does that mean he still has explosive dysentery coming? Out heads behind into the air as the cats run across him, using him like a bridge to get to the other side. And here's the hashtag Trilton for Doc this time. Hashtag Brown Fountain.
Okay. So my thought is it's like when the mermaid at the end of Cabin in the Woods bites into the guy's neck, the Whitford's neck, and just the blood shoots out, spurts out at the end. That's what I'm imagining.
So these cats are just marching across your body, and there's shit spurting out, and they're like trying to jump over it. It's kind of a oddly majestic scene, really. And as
you didn't get to see Six Flags. Here's your spectacle.
as this is happening, not Sally, Doc is kind of just looking on in just mad at the sheer majesty at this,
detailed medical
and pulls
notes.
out a vial of laudanum and drinks that shit up. Yes, and all of a sudden feels like, wow, this is what wild. She feels closer to the wildlife, and gets yet another plus
for
one
science.
for science.
Yeah.
So you are. Wow, let's see.
I'm at 6.
Yeah, you're at 10. Well,
Wait, what?
plus your reasoning. So
Oh,
you're
okay, yeah, so
you're
we're-
like almost you feel yourself
I am
start
one with the
growing
animals.
fur. You feel yourself start growing like ox fur. Like the transformation might be happening.
I'm truly changing.
If you get to a 12, if you get 2 more science, I am going to fucking turn you into an ox that can speak to humans. Why not? So you feel the change start.
Change.
So this beautiful scene is happening. Wait, what's going on now?
I just
Sorry.
want my prairie dogs to have medals. They did great things.
Oh,
I think
that's all I'm saying.
I think we should. My Botox.
We can put that on hold.
Sorry,
for
they're
Pizza.
turning it into food. I can't hold on to things.
She's changing.
so wait. Someone also suggested. Was it you, Doc, that said we need a good prairie dog joke? I'll give you a +1 on morale. The whole wagon train comes over to watch this scene, and you can tell they're anticipating a joke of some sort.
Is the stampede done though?
Huh?
Also, like, did we get
No,
morale for
Stampede is
cat?
still stampeding
So
over
it's
me.
still passing over what he's.
Oh
what
no,
he
this is
passed
all
over.
happening right now, and the wagon train is coming over like we need something to lighten the mood. Let's hear
While
they
the
want a
stampede's
prairie
going
dog
on, right?
joke.
Yeah.
We need to lighten the mood while it's
While it's
going on.
happening, yeah.
Yes. That.
Hey kids and families.
Get off the stage!
Doc grabs a
I've got
mic
something. I've got something.
Grab some mic.
out of
I
nowhere.
grabbed one of the prairie dogs.
Henry!
Hey kids and families. Guess who couldn't hold his prairie dog earlier? And then we all look at Warren and go, oh.
And she glances over.
And so can I, because that was an animal joke and it was reasonably hilarious, can I?
Reasonably hilarious.
I'm gonna let you roll.
I'm gonna debate the point on the reasonably hilarious part.
You're in the water. You're shitting out the other end. You have no say.
Guess who was prairie dogging earlier but couldn't hold it? Oh.
Wait, what? Wait, say that one again.
Guess who was prairie dogging earlier but couldn't hold it?
Oh, nice. So the crowd is kind of start chuckling, and at points over, and the cats are jumping in midair and going.
They've got to almost be like the stampede's probably left over there.
And then they're jumping over, and the crowd's kind of chuckling. What would you like to do? You said something about a roll.
Science and mathematics with. How about wait? Can I do influence instead? Influence and creativity.
What are you trying to do?
There's what
make
creativity?
The morale go up one more because that was so good.
Did the morale go up for when I saved that girl's cat?
Or should it be crap?
Oh my gosh. Sorry, let's get to that first.
Yeah, no, let's definitely address the fact that he used the prairie dogs to get the cat and not help me in any way.
Okay, wait, we got a lot of things to get to. Sorry. We got medals to give out. Yeah. We got jokes to do. There's a lot of stuff going on this Oregon Trail RPG, guys. Thanks to your lovely donations and lovely creativity from the players. Let's start with the joke. Let's have you roll for a +1 in morale.
Okay, so creativity, because crafts, because comedy is a craft.
Yes, it is.
And
creativity and craft.
And then influence, because there's a lot of successul comedians that aren't funny but just really influential.
Are you saying that you're not funny?
All of them.
No, I'm a hoot and a half. I'm not. I'm just saying in general. Yeah.
Okay,
is that a scientific measurement, Doctor? A hoot and a half?
You're a scientific measurement.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, it is. Whoa, that's just so ridiculous.
Wait, before you go, you yell,
7.
You're a scientific measurement, and Delilah goes, dude! All right, and then you roll. What did you roll?
7.
You rolled a 7. Ooh, so the jokes seemed to be landing fine, but you had a moment of hesitation and slipped up on a word, and we all know that you can't get no redos in comedy. And so the crowd just looks at you, yeah, and they're expecting a punchline that's never coming. Even though the punchline is right out there with cats jumping over a fountain of shit.
What if it's a two-part joke and I come out with my fiddle and me and my prairie dogs do a little dancing on my head while I play the fiddle next to her and it's like a comedy show.
All right, so right as the laugh is dying down, you come out to try to save the day.
As I'm starting to wipe tears with my slowly forming hooves.
You did get a good setup.
That was good.
You did get a good setup in there. You're gonna finish it off with a good punchline. So what are you rolling for?
Animal handling and reasoning again, donkey power. Because detective, I was.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna give it to you.
I got my animals.
And you kind of have to handle my emotions, which are
6.
getting animally.
Oh man, so just like a fucking tag team of comedy, you set him up and you crush it. The crowd laughs as this weird stampede scene continues. And you go up to a 14 in morale as the crowd, one person in the crowd turns to one and goes, well, they're weaving magic out of just a pretty rough situation right now. I really appreciate that. As he turns to them and says that.
So what about that morale?
The morale's now at 14.
And what about the cat morale now?
Let's give out the medals first. Yeah. So, as the crowd is laughing, your 4 prairie dogs who really appreciated your syrup hairdo that they licked out.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, eh?
50% credit.
You're welcome, eh?
How about because Fat Lippy's follicle will bit of like rope still kind of like syrupy stuck to the sides of his head though. So he can do a very like a New Hope style metal
ceremony. Just like Leia Organa.
All right, so what are you rolling for this ceremony?
I don't know.
Let's see. Let's do a commodities roll for reasoning. So you're getting a 4 plus another 4, and because you have that hair, it's ceremony ready, this hair, so you're gonna get a +1 to that roll.
Okay, so I need lower than 9, right?
So 9 or lower?
9 or lower. 8.
Nicely done. So, as this stampede is running past, as all this is going on, you pull out, you have mended your pocket, and you have put in gold pieces that you have now fashioned into medals, and given these medals to the 4 prairie dogs.
Can I kiss one of them on the cheek?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I'm gonna kiss Cavill on the cheek.
Aww.
And I'll pat the other ones on the head because I do love them, but this is my boy.
My morale is up right now.
So, wait, which one did you kiss on the cheek?
Cavill.
Cavill? So, the 4 get medals, and 3 of them run over to the little girl, and the little girl hugs them.
Oh.
And she's very touched. You decide to give them to her, and you keep
Cavill. Like Henry, Cavill, Ben, and Affleck.
So this little girl is very happy. And, and then the whole wagon train, just like on a sitcom, goes, aww, and zoop, your morale is up to 16.
Hey!
As this literal shit storm is taking place, the wagon train shares a laugh and a moment of aww, and you really are making something out of a pretty shitty situation.
It's a gosh darn geostorm. It's a hurricane of shit over here.
You know, I think with that being said, I feel like we should,
his tank
with
is
the
empty?
stampede.
I think his tank
is empty.
Yeah,
stampede is past.
It's gotta be.
We're still only 10 miles out of Walla Walla. I feel like my medical opinion is, I mean, like, as long as he's like washed off enough, I feel like we should get back on that open trail.
The
stampede.
stampede.
He walks the caboose, like he walks behind everything
until he dries off. At least. Yeah.
The stampede kind of dies off as
that won't be necessary.
As this little girl gets her cat back. She's very happy, and her 3 prairie dogs. You sit up and you go, oh, holy shit, that was crazy. I am so sorry for being creepy to anyone. I get very creepy when I'm stressed out. And Delilah kind of like nods her head like, okay, yeah, I guess.
It was a side effect of the shit.
maybe the dysentery makes
I'm just gonna keep my eyes on you.
Can we like get him with some kind of like away from us because he smells like the dew?
Well, I'm with
Delilah
on that one.
That would smell way better.
Until you dry off.
Like doo and maple.
Maybe just in the very back.
So,
do you have another dress?
Maybe he'd be willing to lend.
Do you have another dress?
Yeah, it's right here. I just take it. I take my dress off and just hand it to him, and I have another dress underneath. Like when you rip off a piece of paper and there's another one there.
So he walks by with just like with a dress smelling like shit, and walks through the entire wagon train, and they go, oh, dude, no, oh. And the wagon train morale drops back down to 15 as this smelling like shit. But luckily, they advise you to go to the back of the train where you can kind of air yourself out.
Shame.
As everyone rings bells.
Everyone out of nowhere just has a bell.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be naked.
I would almost kind of.
He wants a tan list or
a
tan line list. Tan.
A tan line
with that accent, that must have been very hard to just get out. That was probably really.
I don't know what Canadians know about tanning?
I don't know. I can't. I don't.
Perhaps you shouldn't.
Well, while Warren is walking back there, who has the best skill to like be the giddy upper?
I got it. I got animal
Do you
skills.
like finesse? Well, but is there like a dexterity or something?
I don't know.
What would be like the most important skill for the person that like picks up?
Definitely
and gets
math.
I was drinking last time. How much worse can I do? I wrangled fucking some meerkats from the sky, whatever they're called.
What would be the skill for driving the wagon? Well, it was drinking last time. Fucking beautiful. Let's see. So who would like to drive?
I'll drive.
Oh,
you're gonna drive, Delilah?
I'm athletic.
For doing
know
it
what?
mattered.
Fuck yeah. You are athletic.
Right,
and
you
when I
admire
said it,
me.
it wasn't creepy that time for some reason.
From all the way back here.
Admire me.
Yeah.
I admire you, but for your mind.
Oh no.
Biceps, not in a weird way. Just in like a wow, those gleaming.
What about my glutes though? What about my glutes though, and not my biceps?
In a scientific way of like, wow, that's an incredible amount of muscle tone for someone
You
who's
can probably
on
open
half
jars with
rations.
those.
He's at the back of the train, but I can't really hear what he's saying, but it sounds kind of creepy. Okay, I'll just do it.
So you ride
I'm
ahead.
gonna steal your fucking squirrels' medals away and gamble them off for money.
I'll light you on
They're
fire.
not even squirrels.
Well, they look like squirrels.
Well, you look like shit.
No, I smell like shit. I look beautiful in this dress, though. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. It's got floral patterns. My mama made it.
Porthos, this has gotten so bad that these days is no longer referred to as dysentery. From now on, people will refer to it as dysentery.
Dysentery.
Have another hashtag Trailton Doc.
This is the best game ever.
So Sally
and give it her ration.
Sally, in her journal, starts writing down dysentery, more like dysentery, just kind of as like in your joke
Now it's
notebook.
canon.
Is there like an am I right at the end of that with a ha ha?
There's an
like,
am I right?
Am I right?
Can I get a hell yeah?
All one word.
So you think you're writing this?
Big boy.
You think you're writing this in your joke notebook, but you're actually writing this in your medical journal.
Getting
And
mixed up
so
all the time.
they get mixed up somehow, and in the future, people read this and go, "Oh, it's officially called dysentery."
Warning. I think it's time for a totally random hashtag Trail Tragedy to randomly give someone a random malady.
Oh,
Is
but
it
who?
actually
All right. Oh, random. Oh shit. Okay.
I hope all of you get dysentery and die.
What skill do I get?
Oh yeah, let's focus on that, and then we'll get to the other tragedies. So, not Sally, Doc.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see. Ooh, you get. Oh wait, was that specifically for you or was that random? Sorry, my head's
No,
frazzled.
the trail
first one,
ration was
yeah.
Specifically for you?
Bulldog.
Random.
The suffering is random.
All of a sudden,
This suffering is everywhere.
Sally gets another vial out
Laudanum?
of laudanum, and
I love how there's so much of it for you,
Can you
but
open
none
this
of it
vial
for me.
with your glutes?
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
My hands are turning into hoops.
I will open them with my glutes.
You have to hold
Gotta
on.
hit
No,
you
that's how
gotta-
you get dysentery right there, is applying laudanum directly to the rectum.
Okay, not directly. I didn't say with your
Indirectly to the rectum.
No red
that's how
please.
most people get laudanum or dysentery.
Or dysentery.
Or dysentery, I guess it's called now. But Sally
Drink my glute juice. What do I got?
drinks her glute juice
That's what happened with me, isn't
and
it?
gets a +1 science.
Another. Oh man.
Oh my god, you're
So-
almost there.
She's mighty
Sally-
morphin. She's mighty morphin.
Sally starts, her hoofs become more huff-like, and she starts slouching over like, I want to walk on 4 legs. It's not quite there yet, but it's almost there. You get more hoof-like, and you slouch over like this shit is going down.
It's like American Werewolf in London
It's to
type
the
of thing.
point where
Gross.
where Lauren from the back goes, "Hey, nice fur," trying to be nice, and you go, but you meant it. You genuinely.
You're very observant.
I'm trying to like work my way back up to the top of the line. I'm trying to get out of the back here.
Exactly. Yeah. I like. So you're trying to be nice. So like.
Actually, can I make an influence roll on
Yes, you can. I was hoping you were gonna say that because you know what? You know what? You have been mistaken a few times. Your niceness has been mistaken for creepiness. So let's do an influence roll for you.
So yeah, I'm gonna do an influence roll with I guess a negotiate or maybe a.
Oh, look at that! Look at that
a
list.
Negotiation, which is to say,
Cheez-It!
Flying Cheez-Its.
We're sharing Cheez-Its, guys.
Nice.
Which is to say, hey, Doc, that's a very nice coat you're developing there. As I was the cattle driver on this train, I have tips and methods as to treating it. Perhaps I could come up to the front of the wagon train and show you these tips.
And Doc looks over and goes, "I'm listening."
I roll a 7.
You roll a 7
with my influence of 2 and my negotiation of 4. I guess I'm 1 shy. Is that right?
That is right. And
one of the tips is to take maple syrup and brush it through the coat.
As you're stammering along in this tip, Doc,
and you just with the syrup and the
Doc hears you and goes, "What? No."
But it's kind of convincing in one way. Like you think about it for a minute.
Do I make this decision, or is it a roll?
No, the roll says you're definitely. You're like
not
no,
impressed.
like that's not quite. That's not quite it.
You need a couple. You need to air out for like a couple more hours.
That's how
you haven't
you
even left the spot yet. I mean, I appreciate your input. Also, you might be contagious.
Can I? Is it possible?
Contagious? You're turning into
to send some like jars of liquid back to him that maybe he can coat himself in sort of like a cleansing kind of way. I would love to do that. I would like to do that. For my friend.
Cleanse, which would be yoga.
It's like a big mason jar or whatever's period appropriate of just some kind of semi-clear liquid.
I will totally let you do that. Wait, so wait, before we get to that, we did have another donation that I am. Oh, it was a random. Oh yeah, it was a random
random malady.
Malady.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
It was a trail tragedy.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'm putting these in order from 1 to 4. Let's see. All of a sudden.
Oh no! He's looking at me.
Delilah is just standing there.
I'm just minding my own business.
Just minding your own business in this. You're kind of just walking along, and
she's driving the train, isn't she? I'm
about to drive the wagon.
You're about to get into the wagon, and all of a sudden, a rattlesnake just jumps up. And as it's in the air, that sound effect happens, and it's like perfectly timed, just like it was right now, live.
Just do a quick zoom in.
I don't know why I tried to make that more perfectly timed than it already was. Give it up to Mark for being awesome. A snake jumps up and plunges its fangs right into Delilah as she's just starting to hop on her beautiful calves. Not creepy because I said it, I'm the trail master. Her beautiful calves who are that are flexing, that all this blood is coursing through, are the perfect target for this venom to just seep its way into.
Hey Doc Bulldog, you want to do a check and make sure it's a snake?
As opposed to what? Oh,
can I have it bite my glutes?
Wait, let's do a check.
Can I have it bite my glutes? And
I am gonna run over before I even check the snake. I mean,
so as she's switching over from her calves to her glutes, Delilah goes, "No, my glutes can take a hit more." And Doc goes, "Wait, let me identify it first."
No,
it's a very weird.
Huh? I just need to get it off so I can suck the venom out.
Of what?
You want to suck my glutes?
Yeah, but try flexing it off first, though.
Hold on, I pay a woman a nice compliment and I'm a creep and you're trying to suck her glutes.
We have things happening.
You know,
I'm a doctor, and I played Oregon Trail before, and I know that's an effective method of treating snake bites.
You're on tour right now. You're kind of a stand-up comedian. We've already mentioned that. You put on a shirt that says #SuckMyGlutes. It's actually one of your catchphrases that people love. Wow, whenever you go, and I was like, suck my glutes. And that's a t-shirt.
We're a team.
And so you slip on a suck my glute shirt, and as you switch over, because now it's written in stone that you did indeed, you don't even need to roll anymore. It went from your calves to your glutes. You diverted it, and because you did divert it from your calves to your glutes, you have a fighting chance, because Doc sprang up from nowhere and went, I got this! I love sucking glutes!
I had a sitcom about this in the 80s.
The 1780s.
Yeah.
And then so you go over. Let's do a suck glutes roll. This is my life right now.
Get the venom out.
What?
Yeah, no, it's totally medical professional.
I just like that my whole life to this very moment has led up to me going, do a suck it out the glutes roll.
So that would be medicine.
I love where I'm at in my life. All right, so Doc Bulldog, what role are you gonna do?
Fitness and medicine.
Fitness and
Because
well, you have to do a reasoning. You have to do a reasoning in medicine. So that's
but medicine is on reasoning. Is in my reasoning skills.
yeah. So that's a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to get a 9.
You need to get a 9 or below.
Oh no.
It's not too bad.
I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
I'm scared of dice.
Why are you scared? She's got venom coursing through her glutes. You're fine.
You got a 4.
I got a 4.
Doc Sass Bulldog.
I got rid of every pathogen in her body.
Formation. In Z formation goes, I got this. And goes over, and right as a snake plunges its fangs in, you suck out from her glutes just enough venom to only give a -1 instead of a -2 hit. So, Delilah, you, instead of getting a -2 to your stealth, because definitely getting hit in the glutes is definitely going to make you a little more stutter steppy.
I had stealth.
The venom.
Anymore you don't. If only you had used that to hide your glutes from the snake in the grass.
Damn, I have stealth.
That is the best way to prove that you have stealth, is to loudly declare, I have stealth. So you only, instead of a -2 hit to your stealth, you have a -1 hit to your stealth. Thanks to Sally's brilliant glute sucking skills.
Doc Bulldog.
Bulldog's glute sucking.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is the snake still around?
What's time to offer?
And just not quite knowing.
Okay, and Winnie.
Hee-haw.
It's like a Winnie? A little,
So are you telling me if I give this here hashtag Trilton to that there Doc, that there, Doc will completely turn into an ox? Well, that there is a right down bargain. You got yourself a deal. Now it would be a real shame if a particular mafia came by just in.
Mafia, did they say?
So.
We're out.
I mean, I'm.
Get
I am
this.
the Oxen Mafia.
Get
now,
this.
am I not?
After you suck that venom out,
That
you
was the
take a
Catalyst.
deed I needed to do in
You-
this life to transfer.
exactly,
to the next stage.
almost as a confirmation. You go, you know what? I deserve this here laudanum, and you get out another vial, and you.
As long as like
you
I'm near your
sip,
glutes, you want to open this one up too? Like,
You sip
It's like
that
a can
up.
opener. It's like a little
And you
bottle cap
start,
opener.
like, you know how in the Pokemon, how it flashes from, like, a Metapod to a Butterfree?
Yeah, the evolution screen.
You have just
like
made your final evolution into your most powerful form as it goes duh 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 duh, and you know what? No one can press B. No one can press B and stop this evolution. You turn in to a wild ox that can now talk and has.
Can I have a stethoscope and one of those doctor hats that Mario wore?
And you get a final science point. So you're basically when it comes to wildlife, when it comes to the flora and the fauna of the trail, you know all. You're all knowing, and everyone can talk to you. You're still basically you. You're just a wild ox now.
So are we aware, like, consciously of the fact that she is an ox?
You totally know.
Warning. Things are going. Dramatic pause. Well, question mark. I think we need to hashtag lift spirits and who better than Anthro Bulldog. Nobody. That's who. Hashtag Oxen Mafia. Hashtag Seth Brown's. Hashtag Thumper Pride. Hashtag Origin Trail is that.
Origin. I'm reporting Origin.
So I get to choose what thing I do to lift everyone's spirit.
So you now
as an ox person,
as you're transforming into an ox, a brick wall, like someone puts a brick wall in front of you, and just like annoying audience members, they go, tell us a joke about being an ox now. So the whole crew, the whole crowd of this wagon train wants an amazing ox monologue about your new transformation into oxhood.
Have you ever tried dating when you're a human ox hybrid? It's really hard, let me tell you that. Have you ever tried ringing a young ox and gal's doorbell when you only have hooves? At this point, I feel like I'm just gonna have to saddle.
I'm just excited.
Have you ever tried using Tinder when you're an ox? I accidentally swiped right on a bull. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming out tonight.
Everyone, uproarious applause. Uproarious applause.
As really giving you a standing ovation.
As the morale-o-meter goes from 15 to 17.
Oh, wow.
People,
excellent situation.
People fucking love the new ox material. There's like an audience member.
There's a fan club now.
An audience member turns to another one and goes, didn't she just turn into an ox and she has material this fire? She was prolific as a human. I cannot wait for this point of view. I feel like it's so underdeveloped in the comedy world.
Yeah. Get an HBO special
Everyone
soon.
put the t-shirt on that says,
yeah. What would your HBO special be called?
Oh, yes.
well, I mean,
You're an ox now, so you're above that catchphrase is something you're now kind of ashamed. You're like, yeah, that was my early years.
It's ox years. That's quicker.
You're into a new stage.
It's my calf ears. Baby ox are called calves, right? Oxen.
Sure, I'm sure. I believe so. Right. I mean,
so what about quadrupedal goofing?
Quadrupedal goofing.
Because I used to be bipedal, but now I'm quadrupedal.
it's a thinker. It's a thinker.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you have very perceptive.
Colon. Oh.
So, your transformation into an ox is complete, and everyone respects that. Everyone's like, "Oh, cool! She's an ox now. That's what she does." Because you killed that monologue. You killed it.
That's great.
Thank you. Watch out for that mafia. I have ties now.
Miles away. miles away, there's a group in fedoras watching this comedy video of you doing that joke, and they're going, "She's pretty funny, eh?"
Are they just holding up a frame? Wow.
Yeah, they're
holding up a frame.
exactly.
Like, wow.
And they're going, "She's pretty funny, right? She's pretty funny, eh?"
They have a picture. Look inside of their mouth.
No.
But they're zoned in now. They're zoned in. All right. Wow, that was intense.
This is like the best
Lots
game
of
of
shit.
ever.
Lots of shit just went down.
Can we just
Can we
dial it back on the shit
recap
talk for this?
everything
Just
that
dial
went
it
down?
We did.
Can we dial it two
We did.
back
It's
on
been
the
like
shit?
20 minutes.
There's been a lot of shit.
I feel like we're not letting this one go. I feel like we're really holding on to it. You know, I feel like I feel like I had one moment of weakness with shit, and I'm getting attacked. Yet you are now an ox, and like no one's saying anything except praises for that stand-up.
You know what I think?
Do you want to do a roll? Do you want to try again because you're still in the back.
Explaining.
But the shit smell is airing itself out.
I started drawing. You could probably draw someone to get.
I could use my street cred, which I have a lot of.
I love it. You do have a lot of street cred. You have from this moonshine you gave to that guy back there is not the only time on the trail you've done shit like this. A lot of people know you've forgiven them the hookups.
I've got something.
He's got friends in real low places.
I got friends in low places.
I'm gonna do a street cred check with influence here, and just say, hey y'all, I know things got a little weird back there. I'm not gonna lie about that, okay? I'm not gonna apologize either because things happen. But I just want everybody to recognize that we're only 200 miles away from Oregon, and I've been driving the train most of the time. And I know we made some wrong turns. We were all there. We had good times though. Doc turned into an ox, and you
shit yourself.
Yeah, I did have. We covered that. We can move on. And I feel like
a lot.
we can move on, and we can move towards Oregon together with me at the front of the wagon doing what we were doing before, and making it happen.
Did you all right, I'm gonna give you a +1 to this roll because I like your swagger.
Well, I don't even need it because I rolled a 6 on a 7 roll.
Beautiful.
And so
-2.
And your shit smell has aired out, and people hear you and go, "Yeah, dude, yeah," and they just. As much as that was weird, they invite you back up because they're kind of like, dude, that was fucking crazy. Did you see the cats jumping over you? You didn't really, because your head was underwater. There was literally cats jumping over a shit fountain. And you go, that's what I thought, but I couldn't see it. And so you guys are you've kind of reconvened.
I'm in a pretty good mood. I mean, we're at 17 morale. I finally, reached my final form of becoming an oxen. So I'm gonna, for you, but also just for the good of all of us. Warren, I've got some stomach settlers. I've got some peppermint extract and stuff in my side pouch.
Nicely done.
I knew you'd like.
Sorry, I got excited. Peppermint does help settle the stomach.
So,
literally administering peppermint in the. Okay. Anyway, keep going. I like it.
Yeah, reach into my. It's now on my side. My medicine.
Your saddle.
My saddle. Yeah, on my satchel. Have some peppermint. It'll settle any leftover stomach issues, and then we can get going again.
Thank you very much. Thank you kindly, ma'am. I'll be sure to leave 4 for each of your 1 stomachs or whatever.
No idea.
I don't know. I'm assuming that
I don't even know what
you're the scientist. You know how many stomachs you have. I don't.
Hey, Jim. Sidebar. What kind of sound do oxen make?
I think
Do they bleat?
Oh gosh. What sound do oxen
I mean, I
make?
would assume it was just.
Mark,
I feel like you can.
It's kind of it's
any
not a
sound you want.
name, but it's. I feel like it's kind. I actually don't know.
I think isn't it just Zach?
I bet Mark.
Is that what they do? Is that what oxen do? Am I wrong?
I bet
Yes,
Mark is
you're
gonna
definitely
bring up
wrong.
one right now. I think it's kind of like a neigh and a moo all at once.
I mean, it's from the cow family, right?
yeah.
Moonay? Is that what it is?
Well, whatever. I'm anthropomorphic, so I only
can
do
talk.
it sometimes.
Yeah, and you can talk too, so it's
you
not
can
like
turn
you're
it off.
communicating in bleats. Like we can hear you.
But she also wants to stay true to her heritage. Like I get that. Like I get where she's coming from.
Very
Yeah, for sure.
cultural worker.
Oh wait. Yeah.
So that's
Classic
my
ox.
move.
That is exactly what I thought.
Can that be
Good
the
job,
sound of
Jim.
exasperation from Doc Bulldog for the rest of the time?
Yeah. Wait. Play it again.
I'll do my best.
That was good.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like.
Whenever Warren says something creepy.
Hey, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know for
We
sure.
don't know, but if it does, you better get
I know, it
ready
seems
for the
like it's a
most
canonical character.
fucking exasperated ox you've ever heard.
Can we have Oregon Trail Legends and just bring this ox character back someday?
Oregon Trail Legends. Yes.
All right, now that I've rejoined the command crew
Hey, let's
here.
hit that road.
Yeah. Let's get a move
dusty
on.
trail.
Let's put all this behind us and just move on and never talk about it ever again. Yeah. Hey, I said let's move on.
Okay.
So you guys move, and you're moving quick now. Like, you've gone through a lot, but you're moving quickly.
Morale is high.
Morale is getting there. They're still a little weary because it is
falling behind.
It is getting towards December right now. But you guys are weaving comedy out of just all of these misfortunes, which is the main way to improve morale. It's not physical, it's mental. You can be cold, but if bad shit is happening and you guys are making it better through your interactions, you can do it. That's a life lesson right there, my friend.
So it is. What time roughly in December is it?
It's getting to December.
Okay, it's getting to December. So, but like it's early enough. Like we're not gonna have to be. We can start putting a Christmas decoration.
It's
right?
pretty.
So like I can say like maybe grab a berry or something and maybe some twigs and put it on top of my prairie dog to make it look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I want to cheer.
Yeah,
people
that's
up.
total. No, wait, you gotta
it is
roll to see if
November.
that's acceptable.
Okay.
You just went fuck.
Okay.
What if there are people of different denominations?
Well, okay. Well, he's also gonna have like his gold
Wait,
medal.
which
ultimate
denomination
star.
is Rudolph?
Not in the 1800s.
Yeah, those didn't exist.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
What am I
Reindeer.
rolling for, guy?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Rolling for
Prairie Dog.
Rudolph.
Yeah,
Prairie
so-
Dog has the same amount of syllables.
is there a spirit of
so
the
this
season?
still works. Playing any reindeer games like Monopoly. That wasn't invented yet because capitalism wasn't really established.
Bum, bum,
But it was getting there, and Monopoly would be a game in the 1900s. Then all the reindeer loved him.
Money.
And sourdough rolled with glee. Yippee! Let's
I don't know
see
what I'm rolling for.
what.
I don't know what I rolled for though.
It just feels right though, right? You know.
You rolled a 5, and you're doing a.
Everyone will.
You're doing an animal handling. You're
Okay.
doing an animal handling, so you totally fucking dolled him up, and the wagon train went. Oh, dude, that's legit.
Really?
Mary fucking whatever.
Yeah. Very fucking whatever to you too, little girl.
It is pagan symbolism.
Woo.
So you have a beautifully
Recipe.
adorned prairie dog right now, which is the same amount of syllables as reindeer, which is really cool because you can intermix them.
Yeah.
And that's almost why it works.
Actually, I don't know if prairie dogs and reindeers can breed. Can they, Doc? Are you familiar with?
Yeah, it's real cute.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, there we go.
It's, it was legal then. It's not legal now.
Now is it now or now is in? I'm confused. Help me.
No, it was so it's not legal now in like 2015. Like,
Oh yeah, back
like the year it is right now.
This is a VOD, guys. It's from 2015.
Yeah,
we're just blowing your fucking mind.
But how am I interacting directly with it? This is all
But
happened
how am I
before.
interacting
It will
directly?
happen again.
December.
So it's not
What's the
quite
weather
December yet, but through sheer animal skills, you make this look fucking legit. And
Christmas every day.
I'm only rolling animal things from now on. Like if it doesn't involve animals, I got it.
Aren't
Everything
you a
else, you got
prospector?
it. Really? Not a good one.
this is why they make such a good comedy team. I'm an animal. He understands animals. We work together. So.
What? I love that voice because it was like it was like a.
It's like partial
never mind. Never mind. It was beautiful. You are an angel, a visionary, and some would say.
Well, that's why they call me the Trail Master. So you guys are you actually through this beautiful prairie dog. You hook him up to the front of the wagon, kind of as a goof. Right, you're like, he's leading the wagon.
I'm so happy right now.
It's a foggy night.
I feel like my heart just morphed into some kind of ox.
Aw, a golden ox
Maybe it
heart.
grew two sizes too big.
I hope it doesn't. That's too big.
Too big. I think that's the end of the Grinch. The prairie dog actually holds its own and starts traveling. You guys are traveling pretty quick now. You guys are through Farewell Bend. People are looking at this, and this wagon train is going quicker, and it kind of symbolizes the raised morale. People are like, all right, a little pep in our steps.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are moving along, and all of a sudden,
On the road.
you're about, let's say about less than 100 miles away now. You've had a few days of just good, solid movement. You're going at a 12-hour-a-day pace, but it's brisk, it's tiring, but people are like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll go 12 hours, let's fucking do
And
this
he's
shit.
only been having solid movements since too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's you all.
We don't even talk about it anymore.
You're very excitedly every time you go to the
no longer
bathroom.
behind
You're like,
solid
guys,
Solid
check
movement.
this shit out. We're doing good. And everyone's going, they're like happy for you, but they're also like,
They're not even worried about the back end.
Yeah.
So you guys are going at a real good pace, and all of a sudden you encounter a stranger. There's another wagon train up ahead that you catch up with.
You should shoot him.
That you saw.
I want to shoot him.
I was just saying that on a lark, but go for it, yeah. Sure.
We don't have. I mean, we don't have a lot of
I got
room
spooked.
left on this.
They're
one.
multiplying.
Lose some people.
Who's
You got-
multiplying? Are you seeing double?
Shit!
My
Wagon
last
train!
That fire Canadian temper.
There's other people here.
Whoa.
And you whip out your gun and you go, sorry, but you're still gonna.
I'm so sorry, eh? Howdy.
Just like cocking it to you.
Lads.
So
Yo, you walked into the wrong neighborhood,
I'm
yo.
sorry. What did you say?
Doing this by Canadian rules.
So you fire
They're
your
lawless up
gun.
north, you know
I'm
that.
trying to think of the.
They don't obey anything.
So Wild Wild West.
You
Northwest.
get out. You get a bottle out of. It's not called Mrs. Butterworth's yet.
Mrs.
Because
Maplesworth?
remember the monopoly thing that I said earlier?
capitalism.
Capitalism hasn't full on took effect. But this is like what, you know how like companies are like, since 1848, and you go back to then, you're like, that's not what it was at all. It was just like this homespun company that you turned into Mrs. Butterworth. This is the old version of Mrs. Butterworth.
What if it was like, because we did a lot of like kind of a cinematic goofy things here. here. What if she turns to the camera to advertise it for a second, like gives a nice little plug. Someone hands us some money, maybe some food, extra bullets.
Miss Buttersay.
I'm
All right, so what are you gonna roll for this to maybe? You turn into a director.
Okay, then I'll use my lore.
For the future.
You use your lore.
Oh no, should I use demolition since I'm gonna blow their mind? Can I use demolition so I can blow their mind?
Yes.
Okay, demolition is a 4. Now what else would I use?
What is he, Little John?
Demolition plus reasoning. So you oh man, so under an 8.
Under an 8?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. Well,
so
it was critically well received.
It was seen as cheap and grasping.
You try to suggest this, and people in the wagon train are going, "Are you trying to sell stuff or get to Oregon?" And there's the two audience members that have approved of both of your jokes, who have turned to each other and made incredibly perceptive comedic insights into your act, turn to each other in this scene and go, "Is he trying to sell stuff or get to Oregon?" And they shake their heads, and it goes down 1 morale point to 16.
But then I whistle, and the prairie dog starts humming a jaunty tune.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna give it to you.
I have to. And
so this is a 5 plus.
Gun out.
A lasso with a gun.
So the morale is gonna stay the same, but I'm gonna have you roll to.
Wait, yeah, so are we entertaining this guy or are we shooting him? I don't. Both?
No, we're. What do you want to do? You're still.
I mean, I was gonna like.
She seems like she's into the mood.
Are you gonna shoot at this guy or just
him?
You're gonna shoot at him. Okay. Delilah,
She was very excited about
We
the
have
fact we're
no
gonna
time
shoot
for
this guy.
distraction.
I can't wait to shoot this guy. Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll a firearms and
Maple
fitness,
Princess.
so 5 or below.
That's an 8.
It hit my arm.
Okay, that's so. What did you lasso?
It hit my arm.
Yeah, the lasso hit it. It doesn't count. That's you get to roll again.
So, nope. I am TM, sir. What do you do? You can't just all of a sudden be. You play Oregon Trail for almost a year, and
see
then
if I
you
can
can
roll.
decide what the lasso does. No, you're not rolling. No.
Can I roll for assassination?
No one's rolling.
Everyone roll right now, go.
Everybody roll.
Let me help the audience visualize the scenario without comments from the Peanut Gallery. Peanut Gallery being
doesn't seem
a
historically
group
accurate.
of people that are at the rafters of a theater that are eating peanuts because they can't afford anything good, and they throw peanuts down and heckle because they're of low class. That is actually the literal reason people say no comments from the Peanut Gallery.
I like this about you because you scold me while teaching me.
There you go.
I love you, Jim. You're great.
Hey,
Are you
no problem.
peanut-splaining right now?
What?
Hey, screw you. Did you
Peanut-splaining
know
right
that
now?
orange tabbies are men?
I did know that, and you taught me that, you doctor. I called you doctor.
And tortoise shells are almost like
terrible.
So,
That's what I think about it.
Pets.
All right, so Delilah fires her Canadian
Canadian gun that is loaded to the brim of what she thinks is crystallized maple syrup, but she is not letting this maple syrup age enough. So again, out comes this maple syrup kind of
Doo-doo.
Yeah.
My gun just went doo-doo. You have something to do with this?
And the morale goes down to 15.
I see that.
You see that?
I see that.
Do you see that?
I see that.
Smell that?
No, please
it
no.
Smells
please no.
It tastes good. Your
So
doo-doo doesn't taste good.
The morale,
Did you taste my doo-doo?
No.
the morale goes down to 15.
I'm starting to shit.
And
more than
this guy turns around and goes, "Was that a fart sound?" And
It was
Delilah,
that guy.
I had a case of dysentery. I apologize.
and the guy goes, "Was that her gun?"
No.
Shitting out. Is she Canadian? and turns to the rest and goes, "He's Canadian, right? No, I saw the maple syrup come out." And he comes on over and he goes, "Hi, my name is Nick J. Tillman, but folks just call me Nick. How's it going, guys?"
Hi, Nick.
How's it going? Nice to meet you guys.
What are you doing out here all by yourself?
Oh, you know, just frolicking around in the November winds.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we're kind of in a hurry, so-
people say that you need to get to Oregon before the snows hit, but you know what? Snow makes water, and it makes cold water at that. And you know what raises morale? Cold water. So you know what? I'm just enjoying filling cups up with snow and then watching them melt.
You have
but
yellow
not all
snow?
the way, just enough so that I can get that cold
Are
water.
you trying to sell us like cold water then, or?
If you'd like,
How much is
I don't
it?
trust. No, I don't trust.
15 cents a cup.
How many cold waters have you stolen?
It's stolen?
Solden.
I thought you said
English. I said English.
I thought you said stolen, and I was about to say, I didn't steal this. I made it. And he
It's yellow water.
goes into his wagon and he gets out a nice glass of cold water.
Look, I may be an ox now,
Yeah, you
but
are.
I'm still a doctor.
That's so
I'm still a doctor.
easy to forget.
And remember what I said about dirty water before.
Well,
We have to be really, really careful, please. I don't.
Why don't
I don't
we
think we
have-
should take any
I
chances.
think we should take all the money he made from selling water.
Are you saying that we
With the
should
gun.
rob him?
There's more bullets.
But they don't work. They're just.
Well, we also got a lasso, and I have a knife.
And I have hoops.
Whoa,
We're about to cut this guy down.
guys, you're getting out of
Like a
hand here. I
cedar.
think we can resolve this peacefully. All right.
Did you say
I
that
just
out loud,
wanted
or-
to give you a taste
I just
of
wanted to
my
ask,
cold.
where's the bus?
You're a pusher. You're a pusher.
It's poison.
I just wanted to know where the bus stop was. I was actually thinking you were gonna do I would have given you some if you asked. You know what that's from? What Hey Arnold episode is that from? I would have given you half.
Harold Trigger, go.
I can't remember. I mean, obviously no bus stop. That's a karate episode.
What is it?
Episode was so good.
What is it?
Yeah,
Such a
maybe
good
we should
episode.
What is it? Do you know?
The one with the sea turtle.
This is an aside, so we got to get through because I got to get back to the game.
Okay. Give me one more hint.
I would have given you half.
No,
It's
what
Mr.
else is in the
Simmons
episode?
is in it. Mr. Simmons says it.
I don't know. Now I'm trying my head.
Harold eats a tomato sandwich of Mr. Simmons, and Mr. Simmons is really sad and says he would have given him half. It's very touching. Anyway, anyway, sorry, I like
Because we
Harold.
just like Harold so much.
Okay, so, sorry, I lost track because I got into
about
We're
Harold.
to kill
attempting
this
to
guy.
rob this guy
Yeah.
for
Okay.
his
So
water.
we're gonna. Yeah.
No, we don't have to do that.
we don't have to.
Okay,
Well,
so
I think it's a bad idea personally.
I'll,
who votes
I'll,
Rob?
I'm gonna gamble him for
Who
it.
votes Rob?
you're gonna gamble
I'm gonna
him for
gamble
the
for him.
water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about
We
that
don't
stuff about
want the
robbing you.
water. I don't.
What do you want?
We can't trust the water. I want him to either go away or for us to rob him.
Can you test the water?
With what?
He's not listening. He wants to he wants a tall drink of cold water.
I mean,
So-
we do have an ox.
We can. Yeah.
So
Tall drink of coal.
wait, are you trading the ox?
Do you want me to test
I mean,
the water?
she sucked on my glute, so she's pretty. She's very cute.
I'm gonna let you roll for gambling.
I'm an anthropomorphic ox. We're regular
We're crossing
ox.
some kind of like lines
I'm
here.
one of a kind.
This gentleman seems like a very
wanna-
rational, not at all rational, insane person. So
You kind of.
So I'm gonna gamble him. I say, sir, you seem like an industrious young businessman. And so when a business proposition comes along that you know to be true
From Witcher?
and a great opportunity, you're not gonna let it pass by, are you, sir?
No, I
All
would
right.
love to.
I have an opportunity just for you.
All right.
I have in our possession some laudanum, a cure-all.
Laudanum, you
Yes.
say?
And I'm willing to bet that this coin that I flip will land on heads. If not, we get all your water. If I'm wrong, you get some laudanum.
All right. So you flip a coin, but
I use a loaded coin that always lands on head.
well, it doesn't always.
It does,
Let's
but
see,
he has to
gambling.
not notice that it's
Plus-
a loaded coin. And so my gambling is the sleight of hand.
It does 3/4 of the time, or whatever 9 out of
Okay.
So the coin, you figured it out to the point where it goes to heads 3/4 of the time, and that makes it so it's not noticeable, but it does fizzle sometimes. So it's.
I got an 8 I got a 9 on a 9 roll. So, do I succeed or
you do?
Okay.
So
we're gonna have to rob him.
the coin flips, and it lands on heads, and he goes, "Here's my water. Thanks. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Right?
I do like gambling." And he gives you the water. He goes, "You know what?
All of it, though, right?
enjoy a cold water for once, because I know it was pretty hot back there." And gives you the glass
You're
of
the
water.
perfect person to test out this water.
Yeah.
You got a strong system at this point.
What's the worst that could possibly happen?
You die horribly.
Doo-doo. More
Okay.
doo-doo.
I'll go ahead and I'll test the water. Would you like me to do a roll for testing the water?
Yes, I would.
What would you like?
Oh boy, let's do
A drinking test?
hope you get
or
two.
no, that's more like a drinking like.
Let's do a drinking.
Oh yeah?
You have a 3. You have a
now.
7. So
Okay.
7 or below.
All right. 5.
You have a 5.
Yeah.
So you drink this water,
Crisp and cool. Like
yeah.
it came from the mountains.
and somehow this is from a luckily, he did not get this from an alkali water hole. He got this from just
Or some sort of tributary or body of water that was connected to the one where we had our incident.
Exactly.
Oh, we had our incident?
We were all involved with that in that you did not help me in the slightest.
There was a cat stampede?
She gave you peppermint.
You're a dick.
That seems uncalled for.
You
sir.
said you would stab my chipmunk.
Did I say that?
chipmunk.
I didn't think I said. I don't think I said I would stab.
Oh.
I think I said I would probably kill
Yeah,
it
sure,
or burn it,
I
but I don't
guess.
think I would stab it. Stabbing it is particularly violent.
Sometimes I feel like
So
it's,
you're lucky that you did not. Essentially, if this didn't go well, you would have gotten dysentery again, and it would have been another shit show.
Well,
So
that's
you're lucky.
Good that it didn't.
This was a foolish thing to do, but you, through your gambling and drinking skills, you drank this water and became refreshed. And you add 1 to your drinking skills.
But hey,
it refreshed you.
And also, we got all of his water, right?
Yeah, but-
so the caravan can now benefit from this water source.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
way
morale.
down. I'm just saying that was quite a gamble, and maybe next time, listen to your old pal Doc Bulldog.
Wait,
put that next time.
okay, wait, let me clarify, Dr. Bulldog. You mean
that was
next
quite a
time
gamble.
we're presented by a stranger frolicking in the wild, instead of making a reasonable business deal with him, I should instead listen to the anthropomorphic ox
him in
that
the
talks
butt.
and shoot him in the butt.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Can I have some of the water?
What's that?
Can I have some of the water to try to make beer with the fine
Oh,
Mahomes
I'm sorry. You want some of the Dick's water?
Or you
just earned it?
want to make beer?
I want to make beer for the whole wagon train.
Aw, I really like that idea. So you guys have been moving pretty quick.
Is it the
This
dude
guy
that-
out of nowhere
Only person
comes up
Okay, this is good.
and he says, "Say, let's say we have ourselves a wingding tonight. It's been a good long time since we had a regular fandango."
Excuse me?
Almost.
That's exactly.
This is an actual guy
And
in
that
Oregon
makes
Trail
him
too.
take his skirts and do that like
So you go
like Lori
"Fuck
in
yeah!"
Oklahoma.
And
Yeah.
you guys have been traveling a good distance right now. You're almost to the Dalles. You figure it's December 1st. You figure, okay, we can. You know what, wingding guy? All right,
Yeah.
we can do this.
Tell him to
So
be friends.
you're gonna roll
Tell him to be
a
friends.
you're gonna roll a commodities, and you're gonna roll a commodities and. So you're gonna roll 8 or lower. So what you're gonna?
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
7.
You rolled a 7. So you take this ice cold water that he took straight from the Rockies, and you start. You're just.
There's one more angel in
that's how you make beer.
There's one more star in the sky.
There's
different things.
There's an assembly line going for all this delicious beer. And so you guys have a wingding from all this beer that you created from your gambling skills. And the whole wagon train goes, you know what? Through his gambling skills, through his testing of drinking skills to make sure this wasn't infested with dysentery.
I don't think that's how.
We have now, and through Wingding, yeah, exactly. And through Wingding, guys, great idea. This NPC that came out of nowhere, we now have this great party, and your morale boosts from a 15 to a 17.
Wait, when did it become? I thought it was 17.
It was after a particularly bad joke.
Oh yeah, I told a bad joke. However.
Oh yeah, it was from the terrible.
What is our group's name? Can I ask you, sir? What is our group's name?
Your group's name?
Our whole group, our whole trail, the whole.
You want me to name it?
Wingdings, man. Of course, I want you to name it.
Daddy's
You're talking to Wingding.
Yeah.
Well, let's call it the Fandango.
Well, you know what? In honor of this, the beer's named the Fandango.
Hashtag Trilton for Delilah. Because Canada.
All right. We got some Canadians or some lovers of Canada in the audience. You hoist your rifle up, or your revolver.
Well, she might have a rifle.
And you pull the trigger, and everyone thinks that maple syrup's gonna come out of it again. Like, oh gosh, it's already happened twice. And a Canadian flag comes out.
Aww.
And
Bleep.
you're very proud of your heritage.
I'm sorry.
And oh, Canada, my home on the I'm gonna pick a skill to give Delilah.
My home and native land, true patriots' hearts, and I don't know the rest. Three lines. That's it.
So your firearm skill. Oh, here we go.
Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. Hold on.
The Canadian anthem always makes me hungry.
Should we
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just always makes me hungry.
No,
Should
this
we
is America.
stand?
We don't have to stand for
I
the
don't know if
Canadians.
cameras can keep up with that.
This is the Oregon territories. We do not have to
Oh
stand.
yeah, and I named the beer after the Wagon Trail. I named the beer after the Wagon Trail.
The Fandango.
Fandango.
What style?
You maple.
I would say
You do the maple
I
leaf.
used some of the maple leaf syrup that came out, so it's a nice maple ale.
Oh, a
to
maple
make it up for
ale.
our cousins to the north.
Oh my God! If there's a brewer out there, if you make a Fandango maple ale, I will sponsor the shit out of it.
I'll bring it to you.
Anyway,
I can bring it to you.
So Delilah, your firearms.
No, it's with real water from a real source that's not infested with dysentery or whatever.
Nick J. Tillman, through his reckless behavior of gathering up this snow water, has actually done good this time around. But it was a little sketchy. Thank goodness that you tested it out and that this beautiful situation is happening. Your firearm skill goes up by 1.
Yes.
Because of this little Canadian moment.
We're having
It's
a wingding,
beautiful.
a good old Canadian wingding.
Hey.
With maple leaf, maple ale.
Maple ale.
Fandango ale.
Sarah?
Does the fact that I name it after them maybe get the up a little bit?
Let's not push it right now.
Sounds good.
It says one of the audience members earlier from Sally's set as they hoist it up. We'll see when we get to Oregon. And then gives a finger guns and everyone else goes, yeah! But that's a good sign because they're joking about it. They're joking about it.
It hurts a little bit.
So, Wingding guys enthused. Everyone's having a great time. you guys wake up and you're just kind of cruising now. The morale isn't full, but you guys are cruising towards the Dalles right now. It's going well. It's going well.
I keep trying to draw a prairie dog in my hair in my picture, but it keeps looking like a dick. I can't help it.
Wait, can I see it? Show the audience.
No. We don't want to get TOS. We don't want to get TOS.
All right.
The
Good.
Twitch police, I just got out of Twitch jail. I can't risk it again.
Yeah, I got
All right.
problems.
So.
Hey, we're in the West. There's no laws out here. Ain't no lawman
Nipple time.
gonna restrain your bowels.
Sourdough pancake is about to hold up a picture of a prairie dog, and then all of a sudden, Doc does a. And all of a sudden you go, oh,
Turning
okay,
from
cool.
Oxen to like
A horse.
I don't know.
Does she actually have like? Is she permanently an oxen, or can she like anamorph in and out?
I want to be an oxen forever.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. I want what you want to say. I mean, Doc. What is it?
Doc Bulldog.
Doc Bulldog.
Doc Bulldog.
That's the greatest.
But actually, an ox, not a bulldog.
Yeah. Ox Bulldog.
And you have to say that all the time. Yeah, I know my last name's Bulldog, but I'm an ox.
It's
all right, so this Nick guy.
Just 3/4 Bulldog.
This ends up being an okay situation.
Okay.
You're riding towards the Dalles still. It's going well. You get to the Deschutes River, so you're nearly there.
Like
you're
the
nearly
beer.
to the Dalles. What?
Like the
Well,
beer.
capitalism, so it won't exist for a few,
But good point. It will eventually be the Deschutes
Trivia hops beer.
Brewery Fandango. I had to look at my shirt to remember Fandango. Oh my gosh. So you're at the Deschutes River now. So what do you guys want to do? You're at a river. This is just a river crossing.
Cock that river.
What? How high is the river?
What cocking?
Oh my gosh! I love you for asking.
River.
I love you for asking.
Very important question.
So you got to go in and test it.
Well, it's December, is it not?
Well, I'm an ox, so I'm like
Do
the
we have to cross
sturdiest.
To get to the Dalles, yes, you do.
So,
You could take a way around, but that would take a while.
Well, as like
it is December.
So I'm like the same height as the wheels, so I'll test. I'll go and I'll test.
You're going?
Yeah.
Okay. It is December, but it's the river is not frozen over yet.
But it's probably pretty high though, because all the rain and snow.
You are right about that. That's a good point.
I've been traveling for some time. I mean,
So
you should definitely go in there.
You
and
start.
see what happens.
It's most responsible.
You start walking, and you're not even near the middle, and you start floating away because your legs can't touch the bottom, and you go back. You make it back safely, but you get the point that it is over 5 feet deep.
So I think I stick with my original answer. So we cock it.
You caulk the wagon.
I don't. What is it?
I'm unfamiliar with that term, but I like it.
Caulking a wagon means that you put tar in between. You basically seal up all the seams of your wagon with tar and with pitch and
Okay, that
stuff.
makes sense. Just caulking, yeah.
Cool, yeah. So you seal it up. You make it so it can float.
Okay.
Cock and I'm so ashamed that I can't remember the other one.
Cock and block.
Harry? No.
Forge.
Let's cock and forge.
Okay.
So you can't do both. You can't do both. All of a sudden, the wagon train goes. She doesn't even know what the fuck she's talking about. Forge. Forge. And your morale doesn't go down to 16, but people are like,
okay, but do we cross it?
So you start caulking the wagons, and the river is really deep for this particular river because it is December. Good on you for mentioning that, by the way, because that does affect the depth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for mentioning it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was just trying to keep us all safe, but
I was already like in the water.
yeah, well, that was your choice. No one forced you. Just like no one forced you to be an ox. It's all your choice, your lifestyle, whatever you want to do.
So you caulk the wagon. And as the bickering subsides, you caulk your wagon up. Everyone else does, and everyone kind of nods their head like, yeah, that was a good idea. That was the best idea for this. And you, who wants to do a roll for if this works? Who throw something at me? I'll decide.
Like the trail master himself. I know a thing or two about crossing rivers. Learn from the best.
Hell yeah! Thank you.
Want me to throw something at you?
What?
You said throw something at you?
Oh, throw a roll at me.
Who has the best
like
fitness? What
I
could
could
who has the best fitness?
Do we even have to ask this?
As an admirer of fitness, I can tell you that it is still, in fact, allowed.
Can he like go back to the second wagon, not the first one, not the back one, just like the one behind us?
You go back to the wagon behind you.
I have no say in the matter.
No, right. It just like points at you
and you go, I'm sorry.
Everyone just.
And then you go back and all right, so you're steering the wagon right now. And you caulked it. So I need you to do a fitness and an athletics roll. Yeah. Let's see if you can get through this river.
I'm very athletic.
All right.
I know.
5.
5
on it.
Nice. Okay. So, even though the river is choppy, even though it is pretty darn deep for being the Deschutes River, you guys successfully maneuver yourselves across this tricky river thanks to Delilah's skills and her Canadianness.
Hooves up!
Boy!
Put your hooves together!
Put your hooves together for the
Excellent work.
So,
the Maple Princess.
You guys get to the other side, and you finally reach the Dalles.
What? Oh!
You're at the Dalles, right? Not at the Willamette Valley, at the Dalles. And the whole wagon train nods in approval. We got to the Dalles. Okay, this shit is going somewhere. You guys reach an 18 on your morale-o-meter.
We are some happy campers.
You are happy campers. So...
Happy trailers?
Happy trailers?
Happy trailers.
I like that one. That's the name of the beer. Happy trailers.
Happy trailers. With the covered wagon. With a covered wagon and a smiley face.
Happy trailers.
Ooh,
Yay.
I like that.
Yay. So.
Googly eyes, too. Googly eyes?
Oh, God.
Yes. Absolutely
so
googly eyes.
That's gotta be one more morale boost just for mentioning googly eyes.
Being an admirer of the happy trailers.
Are you going to roll for that?
I don't even know what a therapist is. I don't think psychotherapy has been invented yet. And if it had, I would not do it because that's for the weak.
What attributes would I roll for that?
I don't know. You suggested it.
What are you suggesting?
What did you do?
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, it was
She
making IRL
put
things, so making it in-game.
Sally.
Like, maybe we put googly eyes on all the wagons celebration, which googly eyes, more like goofy eyes, and that is like, that's got to be another.
Sally goes into the wagon and gets out these oversized googly eyes.
I get my craft kit. Put googly eyes on either side of the entire, all the wagons.
So, you roll, yeah, do a roll.
Is this some sort of Indian ritual? To see around us?
Please, Native American.
So you do a roll.
I don't believe politically incorrectness has been invented either.
No, it has
Get back to the third wagon.
What? It was the second wagon a minute ago.
Now it's the fourth one.
So
Keep it up.
what should I have gotten?
5 or under.
2! I got
You got a 2?
Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
These are the best.
These eyes are so googly.
Oh my god!
That's what everyone's saying.
You don't even have to like tip the wagon. They kind of just, they're so googly, they're moving all over the place by themselves. Maybe they're magnetic.
Ooh.
So like we can like get like on the inside and like move magnet around so they're like, oh.
That's what we put the kids in to do that. So they can keep
Before your final push to Oregon, Sally comes out with Jess. She goes, I bought googly eyes for everyone. And everyone looks like, how are you so prepared? And she puts on these googly eyes.
It's in every oxen doctor's med kit.
onto nice. So you put on all these googly eyes, and everyone is looking at these like, aw, they're very sweet. They look cute.
It makes the girl look like people.
The girl who lost Molly comes up and she goes, I like these. And then like cutely scampers back. The morale goes up to 19.
Oh, wow.
The morale is so close to being there. So you guys are at the Douse. This is, if you guys remember, the game, you can now raft down this Columbia River, or you can take the Barlow Toll Road. But rafting is the swifter. It's December, so the water looks swift. But this is your final stretch.
How long? Is the toll road safe, or is there also like a chance of like freezing or something?
Oh, they both have their own risks, but it is December right now.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And the river is not ice. It's not frozen.
It's not frozen.
Well,
I mean, you were the one with the cock idea, so I'm listening.
I'm also 5 years old, apparently.
The little girl is infectious and has roller rage.
Take it on like as an oxen too. Again, like before, very sturdy. Do we have to decide one or the other, or can I test the water level?
You can test the water level.
Okay, so I want to test the water level.
All right, do a roll to test it. I'm gonna have you do a. Let's do an investigation roll. Investigation roll. There you go.
Bleed at the fish.
I take it back.
You can't take it back, my friend.
Well, she's testing the water. Just had a little chit chat with her fish friends.
While I'm testing it too, as I'm like, yo, fish.
Okay.
And frogs.
Yeah.
But you gotta do the roll. You gotta do the roll to investigate.
How deep is your love? You know what I'm saying?
That
didn't make any sense. So what do I need to get?
You needed a 6.
I have a 6 exactly.
Oh my goodness. So this swift water is going, and this does not look like a good idea, but despite all odds, you go out there and you figure out that it actually isn't that swift. You're actually gonna be okay. It should be okay. It should be okay.
What
would you like to talk
would
to your fishy friends?
Yeah, what's up? What up, fish? Hi, fish. It's me.
Is that the traditional fish greeting?
Dr. Bulldog, yes. Well, it works for some fish.
Oh.
Warning. I think it's time for another totally random hashtag thrill tragedy, so let fate decide what befalls. Some poor soul.
Gosh, I hope it's not the one standing in the swift water.
Oh, man. Okay, this is exciting. This is exciting. Oh, all right, here we go. So, here we go. Whoops. Drunkenly.
Close enough.
Sourdough.
You should change it.
Drunkenly sourdough.
Drunkenly Sourdough, which is your new nickname because of all of that fine ale that you created.
That Fandango.
On the Fandango.
It's rising now.
All of a sudden, you go. Sally is in the water testing it out, and it's calm enough to go, but it is very cold, and she gets a shudder and zips on out and runs drunkenly over in a wild ox trampling.
Oh, a rampage.
I'm just.
So, you figured out. Thank you, Mark. You figured out.
Distracted easily.
You figured out that the water was safe to go in, but
Then you murdered me.
You were not safe
you
yourself.
then you went out and old sourdough doesn't have a lot of yeast in him,
I just got a lot of gold though.
but his heart is still gold.
Yeah.
So Unfortunately, from that wild ox trampling, let's see, what do I want to do with this one?
I'm sorry, I asked you if you voted.
Your animal handling. You get so struck by like, I can't even control my friend! And you start weeping tears out, and these tears symbolize your loss of trust in your animal handling skills.
Oh, wow.
So I put a -2 for your animal handling. Unfortunately.
Can I adopt your dog?
I'm not dead.
He goes, I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. Camille, take your eyes out. No, no. What? We're going for revenge now. It's just straight revenge. No.
Delilah whips out her Canadian pistol, and he goes, I'm just kidding. And she goes, okay. It was probably going to shoot maple syrup anyway.
Then my animal handling went up. Shoot. So I won last
You
time.
can't handle getting trampled by me again, though.
So, in that unfortunate circumstance, there is some good news that you did indeed, you can indeed traverse this river.
I think we should ford it.
I think you should stop
You think you should ford the Columbia River?
Stop being
In the way.
I wasn't. She was in the water talking to fish. I was like, I think it was in a room or something.
Honestly, I was trying, like, not to, like, do, like, an anti-feminist insult, but I think you should stop being a bitch.
Oh, you like, I'm not trying to. You think you whispered that last one. I like that. It's good.
He's
All
not very
right,
good at
so
handling me.
there's some saltiness. What?
He's not very good at handling me anymore because I'm an animal.
Dealing with a savage over here. Sorry, we left the savages up north.
You guys,
I think you should ford it. Hey!
you guys,
I'm just making a contemporary joke.
you guys figure out that you can raft down this river.
This is the best game ever.
And so you guys fix up your raft. You get everything ready to go.
The raft wrangler over here take care of this.
Ooh, you wanna see if you fix it up right?
Oh, you can lasso them together, so it's like a big raft.
Do you want to lasso the planks together? Thank you. Thank you for rolling with my mispronunciation, Delilah.
Lasso?
Delilah.
Hasn't been invented yet because capitalism.
Yes.
Or you can like just copyright it right now, like go.
But you're headed towards a tacky part of the nation. So this last, there's people in your wagon train that are like,
it.
and they're writing down this for their descendants to take note of. For like, this could be a catchy jingle in maybe the 90s. So
18.
We're not there yet. That's a good point.
Roll your, that is a good point. Roll your, let's see. Oh, athletics, of course. What else would it be? I think you've only ever, firearms and athletics. And
I am very
just
athletic.
like your character is, you tend to fail at your firearms, but you tend to succeed in your athletics. You know what?
The glutes.
All right, so roll to see if this raft comes into place.
5.
5.
That's good.
All right, well that works. So, all of a sudden,
What was the...
you just start lassoing up trees. You're cutting the trees into planks with your lasso. What? It's crazy.
I didn't know that syrup had that kind of power, but hey.
It's crazy. It's
Write that down in the journal.
can be.
Damn,
that kind
syrup.
of
Just no context at all.
syrup. Turns out syrup has that.
Syrup has that kind of power.
That's even.
I got the power. We should make money smell like it one day.
Someone from the future's like, cough syrup? And you're like, no, maple. So you start cutting up planks, lassoing them into a raft. the wagon train is now full on into this. They're like, this is fucking legit, okay? We were pissed off. We were pretty mad about all this. But you know what? You know what? We're at the fucking Dalles, and Delilah is fucking whipping up a raft with lasso and planks up. This is brilliant. And you get all the way to a 20.
Is that the dollar you owe me from that bet initially?
It's for
that you
Carlos.
welched
It's
on?
for Carlos.
It's
It's an inside joke.
None of y'all bitches.
It's on our paper. We're coming in.
And all of a
We're
sudden,
busy trying to dangerously.
all of a sudden,
I know, we got
We gotta cross the river.
We forded it.
Why are you focusing on us? Focus on the fording.
I'm focusing on the money that you have that I'm going to be taking off of you sometimes.
all of a sudden, a guy named Carlos comes out and goes, "This money looks more green than the ground right now." And everyone goes, "Carlos!" and then he shifts on back into the distance again.
Carlos the goose. Oh, goose.
He
just a
always
goose.
lightens the mood in the most dire of situations.
But we're across.
So, well, the Columbia River as a whole, this is not the width of the river. This is the length of the river. This is a full on. I mean, if you guys are familiar with this futuristic computer game called the Oregon Trail, this is the very end. There's a full mini game dedicated to this. So this is a built raft now, and you're ready and raring to go.
Rarin.
Raring.
Rerun.
So
Rearin. Okay, let's go. Like the
Butt joke.
all right, so you guys get
How do we
in.
play the minigame? I don't know.
How do we play the minigame?
So you guys get in, and you start down the river, and it's pretty swift right now. Is that water going off right now? I love it. So
That's the sound of water, yes.
what song is this? A Zelda song?
It does.
Oh, here we go,
kinda
here we go,
sound.
here we go. I love this
sounds
shit.
like every
All right, so you are going down this swift river. It is December, so this is a little harder to steer, and you get to some rapids.
Uh-oh.
There's definitely, this is like a white
Use your
water.
incredible athleticism to save us.
all right. I use the lasso as a paddle.
All right,
Or you can lasso around a rock and pull us towards the rock.
that would make sense, but her athleticism is so good that you do not question this. All of a sudden, she turns the lasso into this weird paddle-looking thing. I need you
This
to
lasso
roll.
is literally Canadian magic, right? Like, that's just,
She's the
actually
Canadian
made
Wonder
magic.
Woman. That's what it is.
So I need you to roll. And please, I hope this works. I need lasso paddle to work right now.
Power. I need the power. Oh, 5.
5. So everyone goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" As you turn this, you start whipping this lasso around, and everyone's like, "Oh, she's gonna lasso the rock and put it that way," and the lasso just goes. And stiffens into this paddle, and you start paddling on the left side of you, which means which way is your raft gonna turn?
Oh my gosh.
Which way is your raft gonna
It's
turn?
on the left?
You're forward paddling on the left. Which way is your raft gonna turn?
I thought it was straight. I'm gonna go right.
You're gonna go to the right, exactly. I teach canoeing to children, so I was just making sure you knew that.
I win!
So you put it into the left and you go to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. You start singing the Cupid Shuffle,
Don't get behind,
which hasn't
get
even been
behind,
written
get
yet.
behind.
And your raft magically turns to the right. It wouldn't have done this with any other paddle. There's this guy on the side of the bank is looking at this like they ain't never gonna get past these rapids, and then all of a sudden you go to the right and he goes, "Holy fucking shit, dude! Did you fucking see that?" And
Serves you right, you doubter, you hater. You sit on the bank and you stay there.
Thanks for all your help. Not.
You burned him.
Right?
So,
where's a good quip from the peanut gallery? This is a great time for the peanut gallery to just savage this guy.
There you go. You want to do more? You want to do more comments? Or do you think you've burned him enough?
Why don't you literally burn him?
I'd love. Wait, no, that'd be terrible. That'd be mean.
I think I don't want to make the morale go down. If I say anything more, it'll be too harsh. So.
All right. It's merciful of you for someone who was about to who stampeded a friend and was gonna rob
It was an
poor
accident.
Nick.
He spooked me.
I spooked you?
Doc.
Well, the water.
Yeah, shiver. Water.
What? Oh no.
Doc, I need you to roll your general knowledge and your reasoning skill. So give me a roll and tell me what it is.
4. Well, okay. So 4 and 4. So it's 8.
Yeah,
okay,
under 8. Yeah.
7. Exactly.
So, this guy, luckily, who has been this ain't his first rodeo. This guy on the bank of the river
just savaged
is
Oh my god! I didn't know
whipped out was whipping out his rifle, which is barreled, so it's very accurate.
Shooting oxen.
Whips out his rifle and aims at you, but then you do the not thing where you're like, not, and he goes, fuck, and puts it back away and goes, shit, I was burned.
I may have hooves, but I know how to flip off.
And that's your new catchphrase.
I like the old one better.
No, that's not our catchphrase. I think that's the name of our HBO special.
Yeah.
I
know how to flip off.
Your HBO special, your first hour.
And then I just drowned myself.
As an ox is, I may have hooves, and my alarm is going off 1 second because it was such a good burn. And your first HBO special is called "I May Have Hooves."
And I can still cry.
But I can.
That's the actual movie version of your stand-up special.
That's the sequel.
I know.
Yeah,
That's the sequel.
But I can still cry.
Beautiful.
Directed by Ridley Scott?
You have a whole fan base that's willing to go through trials and tribulations with you. So very luckily, this old trail, this trail guide who's been around a few times.
Is he a trail master?
Almost a trail
Is it
master.
you? Like
There's
you
only
and me?
one trail master.
Okay.
No, it's not me because I'm not that foolish to diss Delilah, who clearly knows what the fuck she's doing with a lasso.
I always know how athletic I am
Clearly.
and how stealthy I can be. A?
I was gonna make you
best
roll
Canadian.
for
Anything to
that
add?
stealth,
That's what I thought.
but then you said A, and you're good. So you guys continue down the river, and you get to McCord Creek.
Oh.
And so you stop. You stop and you get out of your raft and you go, oh. And all of a sudden, you see Nick again.
Oh,
What?
Wait.
Tillman?
Nick Tillman.
Yeah.
Nick
the
Tillman's
water
back
guy.
and he goes,
Ooh,
hey! Snowwater!
Can we all go back and say, hey, Tim!
hey!
Yeah.
What up, Till?
What's up, Till?
Man.
You call him Till and he
the
goes,
Tillman
in his head he goes, oh, they like me. Yay. They like me. And
They
so
really like me.
Big
he
T.
goes, I'm gonna hit those rapids over there.
Iced tea.
You're gonna hit
He
them?
looks down this Columbia River and he goes, don't those rapids look fun as shit?
They do look fun as shit.
Y'all want to go with me?
Oh, we got to rest here for a while, but you go on ahead, and we will watch from an observable position and see how you fare, and wish you well, and learn from your disaster, and not follow.
You should gamble him for his life.
Warren, you roll a. Let's see. Oh, you're gonna do a. Let's do a street cred roll.
Street cred roll. Okay.
Let's do a street cred and influence.
That's a 7.
Nice.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
He goes, enjoy the show, my friend. Enjoy the show.
Nick, we absolutely will. You're a crazy and raucous guy. We're gonna tell stories about you when we reach Oregon, because you're not gonna.
So he gets into his raft, and he just starts like spinning out of control. He goes, no! Why did I think this was fun? You avoided a potential disaster that the trail master maybe threw in to throw you guys off. And spins out of control, crashes on the shore, and flies into the air, falls down next to a tree, lays there and goes, that was a hoot! And is okay, but clearly fucked up. So that's what you just saw.
Can I? Oh God.
I feel like he was before, too.
Yeah, he was clearly fucked up before.
I don't think he's not taking a significant
Ooh, I
reduction in
melted
quality
water
of life.
and turned I melted snow.
We should make fun of him, right? His
alchemy.
Yeah, he was very impressed with the melting process.
I run over to him and put a flower in his hair, and then come back.
She's just savaging people left and right here on the trail.
I didn't realize you were an insult comic.
Sorry, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot on this one.
Yeah.
It changed his noxing.
You're like by the end of the trail, she's gonna be ending all of her jokes with "Hey!"
Alchemy. I just like that line a lot.
So we're definitely not gonna follow Nick, right?
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
You know what?
I'm
You know the secrets to Nick J. Tillman. you
Hey, NJT is good for one thing. Blazing the trail that does not need to be blazed.
and turning
Literally blazing the trail.
Turning liquids into solids, or solids into liquids.
Whoa! Yeah, solids.
Woo! Write that down in the journal. He turns snow into water.
He turns snow into water and blazes the trail that does not need to be blazed. That's Nick for you.
Put that on his
So, luckily enough, there is a portage around. There's a portage you can take around. Because you guys aren't doing the rapids, I'm assuming you're gonna take the portage.
I mean, I admire and respect the athleticism of Delilah, but I do not believe that even her
She's probably tired.
powerful.
I'm a little.
That was kind of that was like that was expending a lot of
I need to stretch.
energy and lasso.
Yeah,
We don't know if Canadians have to
Are you gonna
slumber after
limber
using
up?
their magic.
She's super exhausted, but she's being real stealthy about it, so we don't know.
All right, so Delilah, you roll.
Wait, what? Why?
She's limbering up. She's limbering up from her rough. Her arms are sore from all this lasso and turning into paddling. You've somehow maneuvered even though you don't have roping skills, you have somehow fashioned yourself. You're the athletic prospect that they're like, yeah, let's see what she can do. And turns out you found yourself a niche on the trail.
My calling.
All right.
3.
This is simple stuff to you now. You know all the right stretches. You know all the correct things to do. You limber up and you just pick up that raft in that wagon and you just go right through that portage.
I wonder, Delilah.
So you get through the portage, you avoid all of these rapids.
We should all be Canadian.
And Nick, you hear Nick J. Tillman from off the distance as you do that go, whoops! I'll remember it next time, or maybe I won't. You know, the trail's about making mistakes and then living through them.
Or
just dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a
A lot of people die.
Yeah. Thousands.
They crash,
Literally,
they
most
crash
people will die.
Yeah, like
Millions
majority
every
of
day.
Yeah.
those crossing.
Life is unforgiving.
They cry a lot.
But you know, good for you, Nick. We'll see you again.
Bye.
No problem.
Hope you like the flowers.
So you get to the last part of the portage, and you continue down this river. This time it's not as hard. You now have this lasso paddle that you are using very effectively. Now you're paddling forward on the right. Which way is your boat gonna go?
Left.
All right, and then you paddle on the left. Which way is your boat gonna go?
I mean, I guess I'm going straight.
Yeah, you're going left and right. You're making it straight. You're just getting right down that river. The morale stays the same. Luckily, you didn't use the same course that old Nick took. And it stays the morale is at 20, and you get to Fort Vancouver. You get to Fort Vancouver.
So we're close.
You're very close.
You can almost smell it.
You can almost smell it.
That's you.
No, I have been washed several times since then. It's been literally weeks, and you will not let it go.
You just gotta watch your behind sometimes.
Can I put on like a puppet show for the kids?
Heck yeah.
Like a reenacting our entire journey thus far to kind of maybe boost their morale.
Could I have some editorial control over what gets shown?
No, it will be fair. It will be fair and unbiased. I'm going to
I have full faith it will not.
Henry Cavill, Ben, and Affleck are going to join me and the tab.
Are they? Are they? What was that?
Molly then goes, Cavill is mine.
Was there just
Wait, but Cavill was the one that he got. Is now she's taken Cavill too?
Didn't your animal?
She took Cavill?
She took Cavill.
No, we
down to.
Yeah, you gave Cavill went to her.
No, Cavill stayed with me, Henry, and Ben and Affleck went with her.
That's right. So she then goes, oh my bad, I have the other three. I'm sorry. I'm just forgetful.
Would you like to play the music?
Yeah, I thought you lost your cat in the first place.
Stop it! Why is it?
She goes, hey.
Like Cavill, you know?
And then looks back at you, grumpy. What were you gonna do?
I was gonna ask her if she wants to be a part of the performance with us.
Yes. So you
trampled me.
You start.
You can.
You start going down the river again, and with your lasso, you turn the raft to the side, and as you're getting to your final destination, you're at the side and you're doing a full-on puppet show for everyone. This is an Oregon Trail first. You're literally, you know how those like wide receivers see a clear path and they start celebrating and they're like, You're basically doing that right now. You are relishing the final moments of this journey by celebrating with a puppet show.
But the puppets are prairie dogs, right?
Well, I mean, they're part of it. The prairie dogs made the puppets.
Little puppets on their little prairie hands.
Yeah, they're doing the puppets, and I'm just playing the. Molly's on the little violin or little piano thing, and I'm on the violin. And all the jokes are written by the ox lady.
And all the jokes.
Does he look sick?
Oh, this is very cute.
My legs don't work.
So, I'm going to have you roll to determine the success of this puppet show, because this is kind of cocky that you're doing this right now.
Yeah, I was going to say that wide receiver analogy you made. I mean,
I was just trying to entertain the people
before they reach the end zone.
I just want to make people happy.
All right, so you're gonna do. Let's do an
extra like 40-minute bit about you shitting.
You said unbiased and fair.
Well, now you crossed me.
All right, so you're gonna roll
I'm steal your show away from you.
Animal
I'm use
handling.
my performance skill to take the stage and steal the show away from you at the most opportune moment when I see fit.
Animal handling and reasoning, so a 7.
Wait, it's a 7? I was bumped up to 6 on animal reasoning, so that's -2, so that's 4, right? So
no, you have a 3 for animal handling, and then reasoning is a 4, so you're good.
You gave
so
me
do
an
a
extra
7.
1 to 6 on that one, so is it down to
7?
So it's 7. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Just want to make sure, because I wrote it down wrong then. 9.
9? Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And then I walk on stage
do to
and
us?
do a little dance. A little
man.
A little hoop
We're a
dance.
team.
Well, thank goodness
team.
for the comedy team of Sally and of Doc and Sourdough. Doc prances on stage,
Let's be prancing.
and
Yeah, my prancing is
You're
That's
prancing.
under like literacy, or no, that's under investigation.
Literacy. I'm literate and prancing as well as trotting.
Prancing. I'm
What do I
very
have to
happy.
roll?
I'm gonna do your animal powers. So I'm gonna do a science for you. So you're gonna roll. Oh my goodness. Let's see. 4, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah. So you prance on stage with your oxen-like powers, and just do a roll just for fun.
4.
You roll a 4, and thankfully for you, old sourdough, this puppet show that was growing rather stale, as people were going, ugh, too cocky. The 2 audience members who are just, they judge everything you do.
Jethro and Tull, yeah.
Are just judging the shit out of you. But then Doc prances out onto the raft and does a little dance. What kind of dance are you gonna do?
So traditional Georgian folk dance.
Okay, show us how that goes.
You know what? Maybe I'll just do a little tap dance instead.
Okay.
It would sound good with your hooves.
Yeah. I don't
So
even need shoes. I don't even need tap.
Doc does a tap dance, and the thing about this tap dance is it's multiplied by 2
Because I'm quadrupedal.
because hooves, and some of you might be asking, well, where are her tap shoes? She has hooves. Did you know oxen already have an adaptation to be awesome tap dancers? Guess who did know that? Doc, who's wanted to be a talking ox for her whole life. So Doc tap dances to the rhythm of the river, and you guys
It's almost a river dance.
hold on up. What?
Right into the hearts of the audience, and dare I say, right on into Oregon.
As you're pulling on up, the moralometer goes through the roof as people are just like, why did we ever doubt this happy crew of lovable misfits? And you pull up into the Willamette Valley, and you go over to the claims office, and the guy writes you out a tract of land.
And we say, I hear weed's legal here.
Not yet, but it might be in 2015 or something like that. He says that as he's writing
That's
out.
quite perceptive and forward thinking of you, sir.
Yeah, I think to the future a lot. He's writing out over 1,000 acres of land for you guys because he notices that your wagon
Someone's
train
raising room, Doc.
is quite happy.
Oh, shucks.
And he asks at the very end, boy, you know, I saw a little of that puppet show you were doing as you were going down the river. Can you reenact some of that for us? Because we would love to see the story of your travels to Oregon.
I would love to.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes into a vast musical number, I would assume.
Of just all of the stuff
I just sing
happening.
"Hey Ya" by Outkast.
There's
That's all.
Hey Ya by Outkast is playing as a montage of Delilah's maple syrup coming out and people laughing. There's a scene of a snake about to bite
Slow motion, but it's
her
not
calf,
slow motion.
but then quickly trick changes to the glute, and then of Doc sucking out the venom quickly, and everyone going. There's a montage of cats slowly jumping over a fountain of shit.
Yep, can't forget that.
That has been created by Warren, and everyone looks at Warren and goes, you were kind of creepy, but we love you. Let's see. And so this is just a beautiful montage plays as you guys are accepted into the Willamette community as people who have already claimed land there and live there go, aw, you know what? They had their own trials and tribulations. Let's accept them in. And there's a group hug from everyone as you guys make your place in Oregon.
Woo! Woo!
That's perfect!
Yeah!
Yay!
Died?
That got
What?
stolen
No one
exactly.
died.
No one
Kids in the
died.
beginning died, though.
No one
They
died.
probably super
Whoever was
died.
downstream in Walla Walla, though.
Ooh.
From
Yeah, they're infected.
Yeah, they
Oh, yeah.
That's how the zombies were
They got
created.
super dysentery and they died.
Yeah.
Died.
They got
The
canceled.
dysentery. They still called it dysentery because news hadn't gotten there yet.
There's like zombies.
But-
and
What about Nick J. Tillman?
Nick J. Tillman
Did he die on the side of
got
the
his
river?
way back
Oh, okay.
to Fort Walla Walla.
Oh, he went
and-
back up.
Yeah, and so he's still scooping up snow. Guys,
Then Mark
great
first.
job.
Still hear him if
Is that about it?
Yeah.
Thank you so
Like,
much.
Jim, that was amazing.
Thank you!
As usual,
Yay!
wonderful. You guys, that was hilarious and also kind of disgusting.
Yeah, no, I'm not allowed to say that. It was
Emily.
disturbing a
She
lot
says
of
about
levels.
everything we do, though.
You know, you might want to consider what you're doing then. Just kidding. Anyway, stick around because Vanquished is coming up next, you guys. This is a really big episode. It completely ties in to a comic that came out today, Harbinger Renegade number 5. So check that one out and tune in, stick around, tell your friends that that show is incredible and is also canonical in the Valiant universe because I don't know of any other show on Twitch
That's crazy.
or anywhere that is part of that.
That's
So,
really cool.
super cool. So stick around and thank you guys for
Thank you.
playing the game. That was super fun.
Yay.
And